and everybody else. We set that up as well. Number three, and this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. That's exactly what we asked to happen. We made a lot of great progress on other nuclear talks. And that leads me to the final thing that we wanted to accomplish, which is actually set up the process for the technical negotiations that will follow. Our teams working with the Iranians, the Qataris, and the Pakistanis made great progress yesterday. They will continue to work at the technical level with the teams here in Bergenstock. And then those technical negotiations are going to continue over the weeks and days to come. We wanted to set up a structure for that so that you could have proper political oversight, but obviously, as much as this place is very beautiful, I can't stay here for the next 60 days. I'm about to go back home to the United States, but the technical teams are going to be working with proper oversight to make sure that we're accomplishing the objectives that matter for everybody. So those are the things that we wanted to accomplish. We came here, we did exactly that. The way that I think about it is very simple. We laid a very good foundation for a successful final deal. The final deal is the house. We set the foundation. We haven't built the house, but we've laid a successful foundation to get to a good place for the American people. I think it's important for all of us to appreciate how much was done, but honestly, there is still a lot to do as we continue to make progress on the nuclear talks, on the economic talks, as we continue to demine the straits and ensure that that flow of traffic continues to pick back up. A lot of progress, but still some work to do, and we're very committed to doing exactly that. So with that, I'm happy to take a few questions from guys in the audience. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's start with you.
.609 with Ware and Rima. It's Monday, and I want to go back to Vice President J.D. Vance. He's fielding some questions. Let's see what is going on. This is live in Switzerland.
Certainly our hope is that we get to the final deal and a permanent settlement. But right now, I think we've made great progress, and we should all celebrate that. In terms of when the nuclear inspectors are going to start, it's funny, we were trying to call some of the inspectors last night around 2 in the morning. As you can expect, not many people were answering their phone at 2 in the morning. I expect that will happen at the minimum this week, but we think even some of those conversations with the inspectors and with the IAEA could happen as soon as today, but I haven't checked in with our team since we made that 2 a.m. phone call to some of those inspectors. Sorry.
Mr. Vice President. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Did you, going in, expect the Iranians to make Lebanon as much of a linchpin as they ended up doing? And how would you describe the progress on Lebanon? I know Mr. Arachi said it was very good progress, but what's your characterization of it?
Yeah, I would describe it as very good progress, too. I mean, look, we want a regional ceasefire, right? We want Hezbollah to stop firing at our friends in Israel. We want Israelis to be able to live in peace. We also want to make sure that, you know, when things happen, they don't spiral into a broader escalation. And so we've been, I think, very good at setting up what we're calling a deconfliction mechanism. But what it really is to say that when things happen, the sides are actually talking to one another. Sometimes, you know, you've got a bit of a chicken and egg problem, that you've got a junior guy who fires a drone that didn't have approval from the high command. Okay, of course, Israel has to respond to that. But then sometimes that response, we could actually have a better and more peaceful situation if Israel responds in the context of a conversation that's ongoing between Hezbollah, Lebanon, Israel, and other partners in the region. There really hasn't been a mechanism to have those discussions until basically around 4 p.m. yesterday, Bergenstock time, when we set that up. So what we're trying to do is to say, first of all, Israel and every other nation in the region has the right of self-defense, but we want to make sure that everybody has that right of self-defense in the background where we're talking about how to de-escalate these conflicts rather than spiraling out of control. Sometimes what will happen is that if the conflict spirals out of control, that's worse for everybody's self-defense and worse for everybody's security. So we've actually got the process in place to ensure that that escalation doesn't happen. Now, I will say you already see the fruits of that. Over the past 24 hours have probably been the most peaceful that we've seen the situation in Lebanon. The previous 24 hours were pretty good. Obviously, there was some shooting about 72 hours ago. So this is a work in progress. But what we've done is actually set up the operation so that we can ensure it doesn't spiral out of control in the future.
Does the U.S. want Israel to withdraw forces from southern Lebanon?
Well, we want Israel's security to be protected, and we also want Lebanon's sovereignty to be protected, and this is going to be an ongoing conversation. The Israelis have been very clear they do not have territorial intentions on South Lebanon. The reason they feel they have to be there is because they're worried about Hezbollah fighters in South Lebanon firing into Israel. We do believe, of course it's going to require a lot of hard work, that we can get to a place where Lebanon's territorial integrity and sovereignty is protected, Israel's security is protected, and that's going to require some coordination with the Lebanese armed forces, and also it's going to require the Iranians to rein in Hezbollah. That's all the sort of things that we were talking about yesterday, and again, I think that we got much further compared to where we were just 24 hours ago.
Have you spoken with Prime Minister Netanyahu during any of this process at all in the recent days?
Yeah, we were in constant contact with the Israelis yesterday, but also, of course, with the Saudis and the Emiratis and others in the region. We talked to the Lebanese yesterday as well, so we're constantly trying to keep our regional friends updated about this. This is not a deal that the United States is imposing on the region. This is a deal that the region has desperately asked the United States to put in place. Obviously, the headlines have been very focused about what's been going on between the United States and Iran, but this region has been a basket case for a very long time. And what the president has set us to do, again, lay the foundation, see if we can get to a permanent peace. If we can't, the President of the United States still has a lot of options to accomplish America's security objectives, but he has certainly committed us to this pathway for now, and we're going to keep on working and seeing what we can accomplish. And then I want to just, before we depart here, I want to say one last thing. I've seen some misreporting about frozen or unfrozen Iranian assets. One of the other things that we wanted to do, and wasn't as high of a priority for us for obvious reasons, but we wanted to make sure that we set up a process where if we ever unfreeze Iranian assets, we can ensure that that money, that Iranian money, goes to help the people of Iran and not to fund terrorism. So Jared Kushner actually came up with a very interesting solution with the Qataris, where basically, again, if there is any frozen Iranian assets that are unfrozen, then we have approval over that process. The Qataris have approval over that process. And then the money would actually go to buy American soy, American corn, and American wheat for the benefit of the Iranian people. And as much as I see some of the press misreporting on this, and of course, buttressed by what the Iranians are saying, or not all Iranians, I want to be clear, there are a lot of Iranians who are telling the truth about what happened yesterday, but you see some social media reporting that gets this wrong. But fundamentally, what Jared and the Qataris and the entire team here in Bergenstock accomplished is, to me, a classic Trump deal, where if Iranian assets are ever unfrozen, they're going to go to make American farmers richer and to feed the Iranian people. That's a very, very good and very classic Trump deal that's great for our people, great for the people of Iran, and fundamentally, again, will contribute to this regional security architecture that we've built and that we're going to work very hard to ensure that it endures. So from Switzerland, Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the questions and I appreciate the engagement. I am looking forward to going back home, and we'll certainly keep everybody updated on what happens in the days and weeks to come.
All right, that is Vice President J.D. Vance on KTSA. We will take a quick break here. It's Monday, June 22nd. Going to be very warm and humid today with a high near 95. Right now it's 80 at KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we do have an accident on the north side at Loop 410. It's on the frontage road westbound just before you get to San Pedro. It's in the left lane, a little bit of stop and go from 281. On 35 northbound, Thousand Oaks up to Weidner, we've got the roadway reduced to one lane. This is road work. About a 20-minute delay has you slow from Walsham. I-10 upper level westbound North Frio Street to just past Calabria. That's ongoing road work, just the left lane open. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
550 KTSA.
I'd like to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July.
Celebrating America 250.
The best is yet to come.
Happy 250. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Well, the BG products are just absolutely the best I've ever seen at protecting your vehicle. They go inside the crankcase. One of them does. They've got a number of products, but one of them that I'm really a fan of, called MOA, goes inside the crankcase. It's installed there by whoever changes your oil. And that mixes in with the oil, and it binds itself to the parts inside of the engine that are rubbing up against each other and moving very fast. And when it binds itself to those parts, you don't have to worry about wear and tear like you do with just normal oil. Normal oil will lose its viscosity. It begins to break down over time. The heat will tear it down to even some of the best oils that are out there. So BG is that extra guarantee, that extra insurance that's not going to be happening inside your vehicle. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that you'll never have another car problem if you just use BG. That would be a lie. I'm not going to do that. But I can tell you, to protect your big investment, your vehicle, this is the best stuff I've ever found. And it goes back to my racing days, and I use it in all of my street vehicles. Absolutely love it. I even got it in the motorcycle. That's how much I believe in the BG product. They also have a fuel system cleaner that is absolutely amazing. Cleans every last bit of the fuel system. So it helps increase your mileage and, again, cuts back on wear and tear of the parts and pieces inside the engine. It's an amazing group of materials that they have come together with over at BG. I just want you to go to the website and find out more about it at bgfindashop.com.
Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
You do not have to walk around not being able to hear and not being able to enjoy your life, because our friends at Here in Texas are here for you. 2 locations, one in New Braunfels, one in Dripping Springs, ready to do an eval of your hearing to find out what's going on and then come up with hearing aids that are going to work right for you. A lot of these big box stores that are now carrying hearing aids, well, that's not what they do. They don't have the qualified people on hand to custom make these hearing aids right to what your situation is. So if you are, somebody like Sean who has hearing loss and crowded spaces, yes, absolutely, they can come up with hearing aids that'll work for you. Program these hearing aids that'll work for you. If you're like me, you were born with hearing loss and it got worse over time, I can tell you right now, as somebody who's experienced it, it just is the most amazing stuff that's out there. And they're great people, too. They're audiologists, fully staffed, fully qualified. They know exactly what they're doing. The equipment is the best, bar none. And they even have a subscription service, so when the equipment updates every once in a while, as it does, you get a new pair of hearing aids. They're wonderful people. They accept TRICARE, too. So if you're military dependent, they're ready for you, too, at Here in Texas. HEAR, HereInTX.com.
Hey, it's Sean. If you want to prevent an AC breakdown at your home, start with the $89 AC tune-up from John Wayne. This tune-up includes a full 35-point inspection to keep your AC running factory fresh. Now, they don't just glance at it. They go through the system step by step. John Wayne will remove the top of your condenser fan to clean the inside of your unit properly from the inside out. That deep cleaning helps remove debris that can rust out the base of your unit. A tune-up can also help your system run better, longer, and more reliably when the heat hits. And if your system is older and you're ready for an upgrade, ask about their new AC system options. John Wayne has a cooling coupon for up to $3,000 off new qualifying AC systems. See their current offers online at johnwayne.com. Call my friends at John Wayne or book an appointment online and get it knocked out before the next heat wave. Call them up today, 210-293-6700, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
At Ponderosa Ranch, your pup is our priority. Boarding, training, daycare, and bathing, we treat your dog like family. With 3 area locations, Ponderosa Ranch can't wait to be your pup's home away from home. Book their next day or stay with us at weloveyourdog.net.
San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
621, Ware and Rima, KTSA. You just heard Vice President J.D. Vance live from Switzerland just a minute ago. So
yes, we did. And we keep hearing about, roadmaps and frozen assets. Meanwhile, Trump was pretty had some interesting things to say yesterday. You won't even make it back to your blanking country, and so I don't know. I still think, and one of our YouTube folks already agrees that this is they know they're going to violate all this. They're, in a sense, trying to set a trap for him. I think that's exactly what's going on.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
and he said we are. They're allowing inspectors back. We have a mechanism in place to keep the strait open. We have laid a firm foundation. It's a work in progress. We have if we unfreeze the assets,
Right.
it'll have to flow not only through us, but through Qatari to us, and they'll buy American goods to take care of the people there. These are all things that these Jew-killing Nazis in Iran have never gone for before, right? Because that's what they are. They're Jew-killing Nazis who lead that administration over there. We're negotiating with these guys. And to me, I told you this on Friday, it's just like we're negotiating with Adolf Hitler. It's just a horrible thing. But we're negotiating with these guys, and the president knows what he's doing, and he's probably, I think Lindsey's got it right with what Lindsey said over the weekend after meeting with Trump for 4 hours on Friday. So the whole idea of him saying, you know what, you're okay, you won't even make it back to your effing country. You close it, meaning the strait. You won't have a country. We may take over the strait. If we have to, I'll blow the S out of them. And so, whatever, that could be, and I put up a video like this, that could be good cop, bad cop, like JD's there's Mr. Nice Guy and all that, and he's over here saying, and so JD's over there saying, I'm trying to hold him back. He wants to blow you guys to smithereens. Come on, give me something, right? That's good cop, bad cop
Because
stuff.
all of this stuff is stuff, in a sense, they haven't done before. I mean, they've had international inspectors, and they either kicked them out or they hid stuff or they misdirected them. As far as the money, it sounds, because this was kind of a hitching point over the weekend, as I understand it, with the Iranians. It was the money, which, we hear all kinds of numbers as far as how many billions, tens of billions of dollars we're talking about. And, they were going to threaten to close down the strait at one point. Trump, starts talking about, well, we'll take it over and we'll charge people tolls. I mean, it's none of this stuff. They don't have a record of any kind of adhering to any of this stuff, and they all know it going into it. So I think the plan is that once they get through this 60-day period, this roadmap or whatever they're calling it, they don't abide by any of this stuff. Well, then, again, nobody can say to Trump and the team there with Kirshner and JD that they didn't exhaust every diplomatic avenue possible before blowing the ass out of them.
Well, and that we would become, here's the term that Trump gave to Lindsey over the weekend, Senator Graham, that he exposed this weekend. We would become guardian angels over the straits, which would mean we would take 20% of the oil that flows through. We wouldn't necessarily charge a toll, although that's possible. We would take in lieu of tolls, we would take 20% of the oil that flows through there for us, which we're doing in Venezuela right now. That could be Donald Trump's ultimate plan and ultimate goal to all of this, is to take charge of the strait, and he's just now putting those pieces in place so that when Iran does exactly what Iran has always done, let me put it that way, and for all intents and purposes, we'll do it again and violate these terms that JD is laying down, particularly this nonsense of coupling the Lebanon thing and Hezbollah into this deal. That's just that's insanity. But maybe Trump's got an answer for all that. So I do believe, my question in the video was, is this good cop, bad cop, or is he serious? I think two things can be true. It is good cop, bad cop, but he will blow the S out of them.
Oh, yeah, he will.
Both are true.
And again, they're all, at different times, they've all said, we know they're going to violate it. We know they're going to violate it. So, you're not, what kind of an agreement are you ultimately going to have with people that you know are going to violate it? I mean, they are fanatics. I asked you on Friday. They are religious. I mean, I know you like calling them Nazis. They're religious nuts to me. Religious fanatics, zealots. And I asked you on Friday, okay, is there anything in the world that I could offer you that would make you choose to turn away from your evangelical faith? And you said no. They're no different. They're absolutely no different.
But let's be clear about this too, because I don't want somebody getting online and saying that you're comparing them to evangelical Christianity.
I'm not doing
I know you're not, but I want to make sure we're clear in that evangelical Christianity doesn't blow people up. We don't rape guys underground in Gaza as these people did. We don't do any of those things. We are a very peaceful religion. They are, as you say, absolutely right, religious zealots that have to destroy Israel. They must.
Right.
That's it.
My point is there's nothing worldly you can offer them that's going to make them give up their quote-unquote religion.
Your point is well made. I just didn't want anybody going, well, he's comparing it. No, it's not that at all. So I don't expect that they're going to abide by this. As I've always said, I trust Trump, and I think that with this good cop, bad cop thing, he's ready to be the guardians of the Strait of Hormuz, take 20% of that oil for us, and then guarantee safe passage for the thousands of ships that go through there every month, carrying all that oil to the rest of the world. And at that point, whoever's in charge of Iran is now irrelevant. Once you have, this is what I've always said during this deal, once you have control of the straits, if you're controlling the Strait of Hormuz, then whatever they do is irrelevant at this point.
Right. I certainly don't believe that Trump is stumbling through this or that he doesn't have a plan or he's not thinking 3 or 4 moves down the road. There's nothing in his record that says that's how he's going at this.
No, he's a chess player, right?
Yeah.
You started playing chess again a few weeks ago. He's already multiple moves down the road from these guys, and they haven't even thought about where he is.
Right. And I think it is a trap. I think to a certain extent he's laying a trap for him, and they're walking right into it.
Well, let me just, since we're late in getting started here because we had JD on, how dare he interrupt the show like that? Anyway, let me just wish you, on the backside here, belated, a happy All Trans Dads Day from yesterday. Because that's what the Democrats were calling it, All Trans Dad. Yes. You should have been online watching them, man. All Trans Dads Day. They've taken away Father's Day. It's no longer Father's Day. It's All Trans Dads Day.
I did a video this morning. The New York Times ran a cartoon op-ed piece where a little girl is in a playground. Her mom's a chick. Her dad's a chick. And she's like, I hope I can grow a beard someday like my dad.
Oh, my.
It's so nauseating, man. Just stop already.
All Trans Dads Day yesterday.
God.
Thank you, Democrats. Keep it up, Democrats. You're doing a great job with that. I do more of that. That's where we want to be.
All Trans Tallarico Day.
That's it. Oh, I got Tally story, too.
Oh, man.
I got Tally news. We're coming right back. Ware and Rima, KTSA.
Mr. W Fireworks join Ware and Rima to celebrate America 250. Thursday, July 2nd from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. in the Alamo Lounge. Free breakfast and coffee from PJ's Coffee House. Plus, live music from the Rick Rice Band and more. It's also your chance to support the troops with your donations to Operation Appreciation. Celebrating America 250. Thursday, July 2nd from 7 till 9 with Ware and Rima in the Alamo Lounge. On News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Guests of Ware and Rima appear via the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline.
Whatever kind of business you're talking about, I appreciate transparency as a customer. That's what Dr. Mark Havercorn offers at River City Oral Surgery. What do I mean by that? Well, if you go to their website, rivercityoms.com, you will find all of the prices for every procedure on the website. So if you're thinking about dental implants, a lot of people are. It's very popular. That's his specialty. Okay, if you go to the website and you're looking for a full jaw of implants, you can see exactly how much that's going to cost. As I tell you all the time, they also don't have a sales department. There's no high-pressure sales tactics. And you can talk to him directly. You don't need a referral. So when you call him up, you can talk to Mark Havercorn and talk to him about what you're considering having done. I got a chipped tooth. I got to talk to him. I've been putting it off too long, so I'm going to be doing that soon. But again, compare the pricing. Everything there is on the website, rivercityoms.com. So if you have pain or you got teeth that are missing or falling out, you need a solution. Talk to my buddy Dr. Mark Havercorn at River City Oral Surgery by giving him a call, 210-778-0002.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks. It's about comfort, safety, and function, too. Trey Ware here with Safe Showers and Bathwise. They have now joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more. They're the same trusted people, same great service, and now a whole lot more for you and your new bathroom remodel. New Bath Today still offers beautiful new showers, tub-to-shower conversions, walk-in tubs, and safety upgrades, but now they've expanded to include more complete bathroom remodeling, including toilets, flooring, vanities, and more. So whether you want a safer shower or a total bathroom refresh, I recommend you get in touch with New Bath Today. They can help you create a bathroom that looks better, feels better, and works better for your life. You get quality products, expert installation, and a smoother experience from start to finish. And right now, get $1,500 off your new shower plus low monthly payments. Get your free quote today at newbathtoday.com. New Bath Today, the same trusted team now with more for your bathroom. newbathtoday.com.
My name is Lorraine. My husband and I run 3 businesses out of our home. I struggle with diabetes and Hashimoto's. My back, legs, and hips were constantly in pain. I was fatigued and had to take a nap every day just to function. I had seen several doctors, but none of them helped. They only gave me pills and nothing seemed to work. My husband heard about Dr. Torres in the Institute for Functional Health. He called and made an appointment for me. I broke down in tears because it was the most loving thing my husband could have done. After the first 3 weeks of the program, I was feeling better, and now everything has changed. My pain is gone, I have tons of energy, I've lost 30 pounds, I went from a size 14 to a size 8. No more pills and no more naps. People say, oh my gosh, I can see it in your face, you are glowing. It feels good to feel good again. Dr. Torres changed my life.
I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com.
San Antonio has deep pride in our military families. At Connecticut Quality Water Softeners, supporting those who serve means a great deal to us. That's why we are proud to partner with Operation Appreciation, collecting care package items for deployed service members through July 4th.
Next time you're at the store, pick up items troops can use and enjoy. Beef jerky, trail mix, drink mixes, gum, tuna pouches, or crackers.
Practical items matter too, like travel-size toothpaste, toothbrushes, facial tissues, hand lotion, razors, and pens with notebook paper.
These small comforts and everyday needs remind a service member that people back home care.
Bring your donation to our Connecticut office or hand it to our team when you see a Connecticut truck around town. Every Connecticut truck is a donation spot.
And right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink.
Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country at 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut, proudly supporting Operation Appreciation on KTSA.
Shop for patio furniture at Just Pots on Redland Road and take 15% off. Or shop online at justpots.com and use code PATIO15. Offer valid through June 30th, 2026. Discount cannot be applied to clearance merchandise and cannot be combined with any other offer.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
The U.S. and Iran are talking, and according to mediators, progress is being made and the Strait of Hormuz is open right now. A husband and wife are dead. A San Antonio police officer is hurt. It all happened in Stone Oak on Friday. Details coming up at 7. And World Cup soccer continues in Dallas this afternoon, and Lionel Messi and Argentina take on Austria at noon. KTSA News Time 6:34.
97.9 The Box. Traffic working a new trouble spot on 281. This report sponsored by Lowe's. 281 northbound. We've got an accident. Right lane off-ramp blocked. Loop 410 frontage road westbound before San Pedro. That wreck is still in the left lane. And 35 northbound Thousand Oaks to Weidner. 10-12-minute ride due to road work, which has the roadway reduced to one lane. Upgrade your cookout game this July 4th at Lowe's. Save $50 on a select Pit Boss DX Smart electric smoker. Now just $249. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Clouds will give way to sun to kick off the new week. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 93 today. Breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy, remaining warm and humid. The low just 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Hot and humid again Tuesday with sun, some clouds, and a high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
80 degrees, partly cloudy right now, San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
I support canceling the Kanye West concert. Military City, USA should not host someone with a record of hate speech and anti-Semitic comments in a city-funded facility like our Alamo Dome. Not ever, and certainly not on July 4th, our nation's 250th birthday. Standing up to anti-Semitism is exactly what it takes to achieve a more perfect union. That is a post on X by Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones. I was just looking at her donors. Wow. There's a lot of left-wing nut-job Democrat-supporting socialist donors here.
No.
Number one donor to her for a couple of $1 million was Act Blue. Did you know that? Act Blue was numero uno at $2 million. House of Victory Project 2020 was number 2. Emily's List number 3. Democracy Engine was number 4. And J Street PAC number 5. Also, Bend the Arc Jewish Action is number 8 on the list. Anyway, I just she's got serious First Amendment issues here because she's crossing over into where the First Amendment, you can cancel it if you're the promoter.
Right.
You can cancel it if you're private. She can't do anything other than what she did so far, and that's express her opinion. If she takes any action and starts to do anything to actually affect a cancellation of the and by the way, this is not me defending Kanye West because I think about him exactly 0 minutes every day. Exactly 0. He never crosses my mind. I could give 2 spits less about Kanye West. But as far as the First Amendment is concerned, the First Amendment protects you from government involvement in your speech.
Right.
She cannot control or otherwise try to cancel the free speech of a singer, a writer, an artist, or an individual person.
And a contract has already been made, so only the promoter or the artist.
Got to be a private entity that would cancel it, not her. She can't.
Bad news for Gina Ortiz. The promoter's already talking about adding a second show on the 5th.
There you go. So,
there you go.
Let
him do his thing and let him get out of here.
Well, first and foremost, we are becoming an old married couple because I had that lined up next to talk. It's like we read each other's thoughts, man. We've been doing one version of this show or another for 7 years at this point. And that's exactly what.
Well, it's because I gave you the script that you need to read.
Oh,
remember?
that's right. Trey tells me what to say, guys.
I gave him a script. You have the script, so.
Secondly,
stick to the script.
I will stick. Yeah, I'll stick to the script, Trey. I'll only say what Trey wants me to say. But, I mean, first and foremost, you're right. Let's see where it goes from here. If she takes any official action, then you're crossing a line. If she just wants to, put her personal taste out there, she didn't like the guy. And is it Yee or Ye? I'm not even sure anymore what the hell his name is. It's Yee.
Just call him Kanye because that's his
Kanye West.
He admits he's bipolar. He doesn't even know what
he
day
doesn't know, depending on what day of the week it is. So I'm of the mind that when somebody is going to perform or you don't like him or whatever, the best thing to do is not mention them at all.
Correct.
Because she's already brought him attention that he probably wouldn't have received had Mayor Ortiz Jones not started posting about it.
Nothing needs to be said. Just move on. And especially, Sean, right now, she's got a $158 million hole in the budget. Okay, they're trying to figure out a way to fix that problem. She's got problem with people dying every time it rains here. She's got a multitude of problems in this city that was left by the last dude.
Right.
Kanye West doing a concert's the last thing she needs to trouble her head with.
That shouldn't be too high up on the to-do list for Mayor Ortiz Jones, but maybe that's why. Because now people will focus on this crap and not people drowning every time it rains and all the other problems that we have here in this city. I mean, I like the one record he did about Jesus. I thought that was a very good record, whether it was honest or not, or he thought he was Jesus or whatever. Sometimes you have to separate an artist, and Jack was talking about this. You have to separate an artist from their madness or their politics, because if you start canceling people out because of who they are in real life, there's a lot of great painters we'd lose, a lot of great musicians. So I like that one record. That's all I know about him musically. But, again, the more attention you draw to this, the more you're just kind of selling tickets for him. But you're right. As long as she doesn't cross that line into official action, fine, whatever.
Yeah, she can express her opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine. But people have already bought tickets.
Yeah.
I think he's sold out almost.
Well,
James says he's got another show,
I don't want it to sound like we are taking Kanye's side on anything because I don't care two like I said, I never think about the guy. He never crosses my mind. There was no chance in anywhere that I would go to one of his shows because I just don't care about him.
Right.
I don't care about his music. So as far as a news story, though, as long as she's just expressing her opinion, if she takes any official action, right, now you got a problem because you cannot try to in an official capacity. Now, I say that, and I remember when we barred Ozzy from coming to San Antonio we said you can't even visit this city after he peed on the Alamo. Or the Cenotaph. So there's a precedent set there for them to do this. That was never really challenged because all the people in San Antonio got behind it.
Right.
I can tell you, reading the comments on X, the people of San Antonio are on Kanye's side.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. They're
the
like,
reason that she says
they're telling her to shut her mouth and
that,
just get on
that he should be canceled is because of his anti-Semitic rants.
Right.
Everything he says about Jewish people.
Yeah. Which he apologized for last year. He made a big deal in a big press conference. He said, I'm bipolar, and I had a bipolar moment. I said some really stupid stuff about Jews, and I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry about that. But whatever. I see it if she steps into the area of beginning an official action to cancel it, which I don't care if she does or not. I'm just saying that right there is a First Amendment because the government can't do it. The government cannot step in and keep somebody's free speech from happening.
That's not a good idea because you're going to make Kanye richer.
Well, that's what he's saying.
Well,
that's exactly right.
You're just kind of bringing attention to something. I mean, it was kind of it wasn't a huge, it was announced the other week, but nobody was sitting around talking about it. The guy hasn't done a concert, I think, in over a decade. Here or wherever
he
the hell.
Been doing concerts.
Well,
with
what I
his
mean
wife,
here.
I'm sorry, not his wife, his daughter.
What's that?
His daughter. He does concerts with his daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd read somewhere. I guess he hasn't done one here or maybe in San Antonio or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But he's not very well liked. But I guess in town people are taking his side. But is that shocking?
No, not at all. We did have an emergency declared in the area on Saturday morning out in Medina. And the folks in the Medina County, you needed the rain that you got, and so it was wonderful. The Medina Lake is up 7.5 feet, and so didn't need the rising water emergency along Medina River near Cashville. And Medina Lake was rising over the weekend, but we got all that rain on late Friday night, early Saturday morning in the middle of the night. It rained at my place on the northeast side it started about 1:20 in the morning, and it continued until about 10 o'clock.
Right.
Now, it was not heavy the whole time, but we had good, steady, off and on rain that entire time. So, and that's what was going on out west, where Medina Lake has just been a dry lake bed now for years, and this is really going to help it out. So anyway, glad you got that. Also, with the soccer ballers in town and in the country, over in Houston, KHOU Television went to one of my favorite Buc-ee's, which is in Katy, just outside of Houston, and found a bunch of World Cup fans in the Buc-ee's, and they're freaking out when they walk into Buc-ee's. First of all, they're calling it a church that worships a beaver, and I like that. That's what I'm going to start calling it. Next time I go to New Braunfels, or they're about to open the one in Bernie, I'm just going to tell Nancy, let's go to church, honey. We're going to church. And they're taking pictures with the beaver out front. Got beavers on everything they're talking about. Here's one guy over to Katy.
The question real quick. The cowboy hat. Did you get that here, or you guys got cowboys back in Sweden? No. From Buc-ee's.
Bought a cowboy hat at Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Great place. I love the beef jerky. We love the cowboy style. You're great. Hey, talk about the energy, man. You guys showed out, man. There's a lot of people here.
It was Buc-ee's in Katy was packed full of those guys with the soccer clothes on.
Of course. It's the World Cup. You talk about Super Bowl here in America. You have to understand, this is the biggest sport and the biggest event in the world.
Take me home, country road.
Well, I can tell you the first time as a fan of convenience stores, I can go back in time 15 years. The first time I walked into a Buc-ee's, it was kind of a religious experience.
Sure it is.
I was like, where have you been all my life? I mean, it was just the most beautiful convenience store I'd ever seen. It's the Parthenon of convenience stores.
Now, why are they singing Take Me Home, Country Roads at all these things now? What's going on with that?
It's an old song that the club teams use in the EPL, and it's not even the English foreign teams have been using that as a theme song before the Americans, to be honest.
Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right, Christian, we can back me up on this. This is decades old of them singing Country Road, Take Me Home.
They have, but I find it kind of unusual that If we're supposed to believe that the Aussies all arm up and sing John Denver after they lose to the United States, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it.
John Denver's not that big in Australia. Is he like
Well,
David Hasselhoff in Europe? You know,
if you saw, I mean, there's some history behind it for sure, as James mentioned. But if you saw the game Friday afternoon, right after we all got home, gorgeous sunny day in Seattle, and the U.S. wins their second straight game. They clinch the group. They're moving on to the knockout, and then the stadium in Seattle of all places. And now they're singing John Denver. Wow.
It's just a soccer thing, Trey, is what it is. That's it.
I actually like that. So I like some of John Denver's stuff.
I love John Denver.
But we don't.
My wife can't stand him.
I know.
She doesn't like him at
Actually,
all.
mine can't either. Yeah, but I was in Colorado. You can't live in Colorado and not love John Denver.
I used to play that in country radio when it came out.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
You bet.
But we don't sing it at Major League Baseball games.
No.
But we did when the Scots came because they sing it over there.
Yeah.
It's a weird cultural cross-reference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a unity anthem.
I'm just saying
That's
when
what
you're
it's turning into, yeah.
on the opposite side of this coin, when you're in the Rocky Mountains, you can't sing Radiohead. Okay, you need John freaking Denver. Okay, just saying that.
No Marilyn Manson.
Take me to a break, Country Roads. Let's go right now. Very warm and humid today, high of 95. It's 80 right now at KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots. This report sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. 281 northbound got a right lane and the off-ramp to Tacoma blocked with an accident and a crash at 410 Frontage Road westbound just before you get to San Pedro. That one's in the left lane. Did pick up that road work. 35 northbound Thousand Oaks to Weidner has now reopened. Every now and then, you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now, that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises. All on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Stay on top of the latest news wherever you are. Stream KTSA on the go. This is News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
You know, Trey and I talk about how here in Texas has really changed both of our lives. He's had profound hearing loss his whole life. My issue, as you just heard a little while ago, is in crowded places. So if I'm in a restaurant or a store with my wife or family, I can't hear what somebody standing right next to me is saying, and frankly, it's caused me issues in my relationships. So thanks to the folks at Here in Texas, a couple of years ago, I went in for a consultation. You can do this as well. And the testing is very high-tech. I was shocked by that, actually. It's so precise they can tell specifically what your hearing issue is, and then get you set up with some hearing aids that deal with that problem specifically. I have filters on my hearing aids that help take out some of that surface noise, and I actually control it on my Bluetooth, which is really cool. They also have subscription plans now because technology constantly evolves, so you'll always have the latest model with a model that is specific to your personal issue. So call them up and schedule that appointment today, 830-360-2000, or look them up online at hereintexas.com. That's HEARNTX.com.
Energy-efficient windows built to last. Call Precision Windows and Doors at 210-596-6588. PrecisionWindowsSA.com.
Well, if you're like most investors, you're probably a bit confused on what to do with your investment portfolio right now. There's been a lot of volatility. We've seen a big move in interest rates, a war, new technology being introduced, and rising inflation. Hey folks, this is Carl Eggers. You've heard me for over a decade on the Trey Ware Show. When I talk to listeners like you, the biggest issue I see when reviewing their portfolio is that there is no strategy or game plan. Without a game plan, it makes achieving your financial goals very difficult. It's probably time to schedule a free financial checkup with me. I'll personally analyze your current cash flow, your investments, and yes, even your tax return. There will not be a high-pressured sales pitch at this meeting, just a clear, concise conversation about your specific financial situation. We actively manage assets using unique, tailored investments, not cookie-cutter models or proprietary products. Give us a call at 210-526-0057 or visit us online at creatingricherlives.com.
CapTrust Financial Advisors is an investment advisor registered under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and does not render legal advice.
Keep your car running cool with BG. Over time, your vehicle's coolant becomes less effective. When the additives that prevent corrosion start to run low, it can cause problems in your cooling system. The BG Cooling System Service gets rid of rust and buildup, replaces worn-out coolant, and brings your cooling system back to life. Be good to your car and find a BG shop near you. Visit bgfindashop.com. That's bgfindashop.com. Today's engines need a clean fuel system to function efficiently. Without proper maintenance, you may notice performance loss in as little as 3,000 miles. The BG Fuel System Service thoroughly cleans fuel system components, which means you'll see an immediate improvement in performance and fuel economy. Be good to your car and keep it running at its best. To find a BG shop near you, visit bgfindashop.com. That's bgfindashop.com.
Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. Call Connecticut and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Uncover the root of your health problems and improve your life. I'm Dr. Torres with the Institute for Functional Health. Schedule your Discovery Day for advanced testing and a personalized plan. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres with the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Trey Ware for my friends at Dietz Tractor Company. Since 1973, I've been doing business with Dietz. Well, gosh, 45 years, something like that. Love them. That's where you're going to find LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin. Known for top performance, durability, and innovative features, and ideal for tough tasks like mowing and tilling and plowing and hauling. LS Tractors, they are up tough for you. Tractors that are reliable, great for farm, ranch, and landscaping needs everywhere. Start blue and stay blue with LS Tractors. They're really nice machines. You're going to be so comfortable. And you talk about power. Wow. Well, here's what I tell you to do. Just go out to Dietz Tractor Company off of I-10 in Seguin and test drive all these models of LS tractors they have for you. You're going to experience unmatched dealer support at Dietz Tractor Company, too, for parts and maintenance. They're not just selling tractors. They're building lasting relationships. Right now, take advantage of special financing on new LS tractors at Dietz Tractor. They have certain models with rates as low as 0% for up to 120 months or instant cash rebate of up to $6,000. Dietz Tractor in Seguin.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Right now, you can score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Don't miss your chance to save on tech, chairs, custom print, school supplies, and more. It all ends July 4th. Staples, that was easy.
Today's Pledge of Allegiance, powered by Stevens Roofing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America and God bless Texas.
Thank you, ma'am. Coming up July 2nd, got some more work done this weekend on the big show. 7 to 9 a.m. July 2nd. Of course, Operation Appreciation brought to you by our friends over at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, and here in Texas. And Mr. W sponsoring the show that morning. And so we're going to have music from Rick Rice. We're going to have hot dogs. We're going to have all kinds of – we got Gigi's Cupcakes, all kinds of good stuff. Come early because that's while supplies last. And we're just going to have a good time, 7 to 9 a.m. July 2nd. And we got a few more surprises we worked on this weekend. I think we're making a lot of headway, Mr. Sean. I think we're going to have a good show.
I'm looking forward to hot dogs for breakfast.
Amen,
I think that's going to be amazing and a great way to celebrate the country.
And PJ's Coffee. I talked to Martin over the
Coffee.
weekend, Martin Bamba, and PJ's Coffee going to be
Bring the kiddos.
That's
Bring
right.
the kiddos. We want to fill the room and do some dancing and have a good old time celebrating our nation's birthday. I want to compare and contrast two stories. All of us have spent a goodly amount of time looking at some of these folks in from the World Cup who are discovering America for the first time. And, a lot of them are realizing that much of what they've heard from the international media is bullcrap. We were just talking about, people mystified and having religious experiences going into a Buc-ee's. And compare and contrast that with the UK. Keir Starmer resigned, which was not shocking. Trump was talking about it over the weekend. He kind of spilled the beans, I guess. I think he's going to resign, and of course then he does. And so not Winston Churchill has resigned, but again, that wasn't a surprise. He's had problems inside the Labor Party. He's had problems in the country. People in that country are waking up to the idea very quickly that they have lost their country. And they've lost their country to many of the same. And Trump listed immigration and energy. Immigration and energy are what did this guy in. But you look at how people are reacting to the fact that the UK is essentially a Muslim nation now and has been allowed to become that. through open border policies. When he's smiling about
no, I'm listening. You're right on.
No,
I'm just taking it in.
Well, I mean, again, people are starting to wake up to the idea. There was a cop that I was reading about, whatever they call a cop over there, that was critical in some DEI training of the Islam being a religion of peace, and I think they fired him or fined him, and he got a settlement recently. We had that really horrific story we were talking about a week or two ago about the white kid who was stabbed by a Sikh guy allegedly. I guess we don't have to say allegedly here. And the cops basically let him bleed out because they couldn't accept that he had been attacked by this guy because of a lot of this, DEI nonsense and trendy politics stuff. And they've lost the country. And so a lot of folks in the country were not happy with him. Trump wasn't happy with him because they dithered back and forth over whether or not they're going to help us out with Iran in the Strait. And ultimately, they decided to have a commission to decide what to do. So Trump wasn't exactly a fan of this guy. What got me about this story, though, and I had to think about it, they've had 6 prime ministers in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've had 6 prime ministers in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many I can't even list them all.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, maybe you would agree that a lot of the liberal policies in that country, emanating from the liberal or from the Labour Party, have really destabilized UK politically, economically, on just about every level.
Mm-hmm. They have had a situation where, like California, and what California and Democrats are attempting to do to our entire country, they have one party.
Right.
Okay, so they call them different parties,
sure,
right? But there's only one party, the same. So you can have 6 different PMs in 10 years, and they're doing the same thing over and over again. That's what was happening here. Whether it was Bush or Obama, you got all these guys, and they're moving to our country in the same direction, which was far to the left. And so that's where they are there. They opened up the borders. They allowed a bunch of radical Islamists in who are now killing people and beheading them in the streets. And along comes Nigel Farage, and he's got the Reform Party. And that's what this is about.
Right.
Because this guy, Sturmer, was about to get his butt kicked up between his shoulder blades by Nigel Farage and the Reform Party. Because Nigel is leading this group of people saying, enough, you're done. You're out of here. We're going to take this country in a different direction, which the vast majority of people in the UK are for, and kicking all these people out. So this is trying to solidify the Labor Party in power before Nigel can knock him out. It's going to be interesting. I got my popcorn warmed up. And the reason for that, Sean, is it's here, too. It's coming
sure.
Here. They're doing it here.
The UK is basically California.
Well,
in many ways.
And the country's the country is definitely in a move in that direction. The Democrat Party, if you read their stuff and what they stand for and what they want to do, they are so radically to the left.
Right.
Anybody with common sense would not buy off on anything they're talking about. We'll take a quick break. More Ware and Rima coming up. KTSA.
At Here in Texas, we are proud to serve veterans and now accept TRICARE for active duty, retired military, and their families. Supporting the military community is personal to us. That is why we are honored to be an official partner of KTSA's Operation Appreciation, benefiting Soldiers Angels and supporting deployed service members. You can help. The next time you're at the store, pick up a few simple items like gum, drink mixes, tuna pouches, toothbrushes, travel toothpaste, facial tissues, or hand lotion. Then bring your donation to Here in Texas, in New Braunfels, or our new location in Dripping Springs, now through July 4th. Every item sends a message to a deployed service member. You are remembered. You are appreciated. You are not alone. At Here in Texas, our work is about helping people stay connected to the voices and moments that matter most. Call 830-360-2000 or visit hereintx.com. Here in Texas, HEAR, your next step to hearing life again.
Dave Ramsey here. When your AC quits, the plumbing backs up, or something electrical goes sideways, you need straight answers. That's why I recommend Champion Home Services. They handle heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. One company with no pressure and no games or upselling. Just honesty and clear pricing before anything starts. You see the purple Champion trucks and their belt buckle logo all over town. Champion believes in doing things the right way the first time. They show up on time, respect your home, they respect your money, and they do the work like professionals should, helping you sleep better at night. So when you need reliable AC, plumbing, and electrical help from people you can trust, call Champion Home Services at 210-528-1604 or go to championac.com. Trustworthy, Texas-proud home services, championac.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 7 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. Vice President J.D. Vance reporting progress in peace talks between the U.S. and Iran. And this happened despite some not-so-veiled threats from President Trump heading in.
There was a little bit of threatening, there was a little bit of whining, but at the end of the day, the talks continued and we made great progress.
The goal is for both sides to have a permanent, binding peace agreement within the next 60 days. We do have the latest on this developing story on the front page at KTSA.com. Many saw it coming, and now it's official. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has resigned. During a press conference today outside 10 Downing Street, Starmer said the Labour Party's made it clear he's not the one to lead moving forward. His resignation marks the 7th different Prime Minister over the past decade in the UK. Starmer, who's been in power since 2024, says he'll stay on as Prime Minister until a successor is in place. His Labour Party was beaten badly in recent local elections in the UK. A man and his wife both dead, and a San Antonio police officer is hurt after a shooting Friday afternoon in Stone Oak. KTSA's Stacy Keene with the latest.
At the end of a standoff on Red Hawk Ridge, police entered the house around 3 o'clock where they found the man dead. Investigators say he'd forced his way into the home earlier, killing his estranged wife. Her 2 children were inside the house but weren't hurt. It's not known if the suspect is their father. The man shot an officer in the abdomen during the standoff and his condition is unknown. Stacy Keene, KTSA News.
It would have seemed impossible not that long ago, but another country music album from Waylon Jennings is on the way.
We're all sure that you will, but I don't think Hank done it this way.
The legendary singer has been dead for 24 years, but his son, Shooter Jennings, announced on Father's Day that new music was coming. Shooter produced the upcoming album after finding unreleased work in his dad's archives. Jennings passed away from complications related to diabetes in 2002. The album Diamonds will be released this November. I'm Mark Mayfield.
KTSA News Time 7:02. Vic Brown stepping in with KTSA Sports.
In the World Cup, the U.S. is 2-0 after a win over Australia over the weekend. Coupled with Paraguay's win over Turkey, the U.S. has clinched Group D and is moving on to the round of 32. In the NBA, ESPN's Michael C. Wright reported over the weekend that the Spurs remain committed to guard De'Aaron Fox as their starting point guard despite rookie Dylan Harper's emergence this postseason. In Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers beat the Padres 4-3 in their series finale. Tonight, they open up a series in Miami with the Marlins at 5:40, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM starting at 5 with the pregame. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTSA News Time 7:03.
San Antonio has deep pride in our military families. At Connecticut Quality Water Softeners, supporting those who serve means a great deal to us. That's why we are proud to partner with Operation Appreciation, collecting care package items for deployed service members through July 4th.
Next time you're at the store, pick up items troops can use and enjoy. Beef jerky, trail mix, drink mixes, gum, tuna pouches, or crackers.
Practical items matter too, like travel-size toothpaste, toothbrushes, facial tissues, hand lotion, razors, and pens with notebook paper.
These small comforts and everyday needs remind a service member that people back home care.
Bring your donation to our Connecticut office or hand it to our team when you see a Connecticut truck around town. Every Connecticut truck is a donation spot.
And right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink.
Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country at 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut, proudly supporting Operation Appreciation on KTSA.
Need a new AC? Right Home Services has a complete install up to 3 tons for just $89.99. It's Martin Bomba from the KTSA Rockin' Home Show. Call Right Home Services at 210-444-0000.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks, it's about comfort, safety, and function too. Safe Showers and Bathwise have joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more, including showers, tubs, flooring, and vanities. Get $1,500 off your new shower at newbathtoday.com.
Your day already has enough drama. Don't let the oil light steal the show. Save up to 30% at Take 5. Just drive in, stay in your car, and be out in about 10 minutes. Take 5. Stay in your car. Get back to your day.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
KTSA News Time, 7:05. Let's get a quick check. KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. Let's start at 281 northbound. Got an accident. Right lane. Off-ramp blocked. 410 on the frontage road westbound before San Pedro. That wreck is in the left lane. And I-10 westbound as you approach FM 464 through Seguin, Guadalupe County. Getting reports of a wreck. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Humid today with the clouds yielding to sun, the high of 93. Breezy this evening, otherwise remaining partly cloudy, warm and humid, the low 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Tuesday to be hot and humid with sun, some clouds, and the high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Right now it's 80 degrees, but the real feel 90 already at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
News Talk 550 KTSA.
One hour ago, Vice President J.D. Vance from Switzerland.
So look, yesterday was a very, very good day. We made a lot of good progress. We did exactly what we wanted to do, which is accomplish 4 things for the American people. First, we wanted to build a mechanism for keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. It is open. We've seen, of course, gas prices and oil prices come down, millions and millions of barrels of crude and natural gas flowing through the Strait of Hormuz that weren't flowing before. But we also wanted to make sure that we actually set up the coordination mechanism so that we could demine the Straits of Hormuz, so that when there are the conflicts that inevitably come up, we can make sure we work through them rather than that leading to escalation, and that is exactly what we did yesterday. Number 2, we also wanted to build a mechanism, a similar mechanism, for deconfliction for the regional ceasefire. As the President of the United States has himself said, sometimes these ceasefires just mean you're shooting a little bit less, but we wanted to make sure that we had the proper coordination set up so that if there is shooting, if Hezbollah fires at Israel or if Israel responds, if there are other conflicts that arise in the region, we're actually talking to each other and figuring out how to stop the shooting, how to make the region safer, our allies and everybody else. We set that up as well. Number 3, we, and this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. That's exactly what we asked to happen. We made a lot of great progress on other nuclear talks. And that leads me to the final thing that we wanted to accomplish, which is actually set up the process for the technical negotiations that will follow.
So that's where we are. 4 points from J.D. Vance this morning. He's ready to hightail it out of there and turn it over to the negotiating teams, which include Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, and then they've got, millions, battalions of attorneys and the diplomats in there to do that. The one person that's missing is Marco Rubio. I mean, Marco is not there, and he should be. This is his play. This is his wheelhouse. This is his deal.
I was just thinking that as you were talking. Like, we really didn't see Marco this weekend at all.
He's not there.
And that's kind of his wheelhouse. That's kind of his job, but you're not seeing Marco anywhere.
It's not his deal.
I mean, I know it's not his deal, but he is the Secretary of State.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So, that's kind of interesting to me. What do you think's going on there?
Well, he's not for this.
I guess not. Remember we said last week that throughout all the video that we saw of Marco Rubio, he did not look happy.
Sourpuss on the face.
He did.
Yeah. So, and listen, when let me be clear about calling them Nazis real quick, because you and I agree that they are definitely religious zealots. We agree with that.
Yeah.
Their goal is the same. which is destruction of the nation of Israel. That's what these guys are in it for. So I find it I'm having a hard time realizing and coming to terms with negotiating with these guys because they're the ones who pulled off October 7th. And I don't know if you read the account of the young Israeli who was underground with Hamas for 2 years, who was sodomized by these guys for 2 years straight. It started on October 7th, and it continued for 2 years. They would blindfold him. I'm not going to get too graphic. Hang on there, guys. They blindfold him, and then it'd come up from behind him and kiss him on the neck and all that and talk about porn and then sodomize him. It went on for 2 years. It came out in the New York Post this weekend. I have a real hard time negotiating with these people. I just wish we would have annihilated this regime from the planet, and maybe that's exactly where this is going to end up. That, Lindsey Graham met with Trump for 4 hours on Friday, and he came out saying, look, the deal is Trump is going to destroy these people, and he's going to take over the strait. We're going to be the guardian angels of the strait, and we're going to keep 20% of the oil. I hope that's right. I hope that's what happens.
I do too. I think he's pretty much covering all of his bases diplomatically in a sense, so that when it comes down to annihilating them, that's nobody can question that. Nobody could say you didn't try everything, Mr. President, and you're a warmonger and all that crap. And I agree with you. There's no negotiating with these people, and I would add that layer of religiosity kind of cancels out any opportunity for negotiation in any way, shape, or form.
You would think.
Because, again, their whole idea. And I was thinking about this over the weekend. You have to understand also, folks know this, that this is the stuff that is drummed into their heads since they are children. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's like, you're right. I mean, the comparison with the Nazi youth is a good one in that from the moment they are conscious, okay, this radicalized version of Islam is beaten into their heads. The idea of torturing people in the name of God, of killing people in the name of God, of wiping out half the human race in the name of God, is what they are raised on. You can't just undo that because they're getting, the assets are frozen or there's economic pressure or any of that stuff. You can't negotiate with that.
No, you cannot.
You really can't.
And so the reason I correlate it to the Nazis is it would be like after World War II, we decided we were going to negotiate with Adolf Hitler. Let's go to Switzerland and let's sit down and have a negotiation with you and try to peaceably coexist with you in the future. We would have never stood for that. The world would have never stood for that. And I put them in the same camp as him. Now, I get the religious difference and all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking about their zealotry to destroy Israel and us, by the way, because we're their closest ally. Sure. We just happen to be tossed into the soup with Israel. That's what they're about, guys, and they're not going to change. They're not. It's not like they're going to wake up and go, okay, we'll get along with you. Hey, come on, BB, let's have lunch. That ain't going to happen. That's not good. They would never do that.
And all the players know this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows this, okay? So when you're talking about a 60-day roadmap and inspections, they've had these atomic energy guys, inspectors out there before, okay? Mm-hmm. They had that with Obama's deal, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. They were supposed to have these guys come in and look at their facilities and blah, 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 and they'd either kick them out or they'd move stuff around or they'd send them on a different tour than the one they were supposed to go on. So, yeah, they're not going to abide by any of this.
I just think that after October 7th, but also everything else they have done along the way, they've lost the right to negotiate with us. They've lost the right to exist as a regime on planet Earth. And so why we're sitting down with them mystifies me, and maybe the end goal is for President Trump to lay the pretext that he can go in later and say, the strait's mine, like Lindsey was saying, the strait's mine, I'm going to keep 20% of the oil. These guys, if you control the strait, like if President Trump controls the strait, Iran becomes irrelevant.
Well,
they're
absolutely.
irrelevant at that point. So if that's the plan, if that's the ultimate goal, right on. That's a great thing. If we're going into this like JD is saying, we're actually going to try to peaceably coexist with this regime for the long haul. It ain't gonna happen, guys.
I don't believe he's thinking that in his head. I don't think anybody's thinking. I do think it's significant that Rubio's not on the scene.
Absolutely.
Because, if the idea is, guys, again, I understand it's not Trump's deal directly, it's not Marco's deal directly. They're kind of, in a sense, running cover for themselves by letting JD and his, and Kushner and those guys kind of handle things. There was some truth to that bit of humor last week, I think, when Peter Doocy asked Trump, are you letting JD handle this? Because if it's a success, you can say he's a genius. If it fails, you can blame him.
100% truth.
I think there's actually, a whole lot of truth to that.
Sure.
And maybe that also explains why Marco's not directly involved. But it is kind of odd. He is the Secretary of State. He's the face and voice of this country.
I think Trump's holding him out, too, for the very same reason. Again, I made this video this morning about good cop, bad cop, when he was saying, I'm going to obliterate your effing country and all that. You'll never make it back to your country and all that. That's good cop, bad cop, but it's also that can be a truth. I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be a truth that, yes, he's playing good cop, bad cop. JD's over there going, I'm holding him back as much as I can, but he just wants to blow you to smithereens. But the truth can be that he wants to blow them to smithereens, and he's holding Marco out. So when he blows them to smithereens, Marco doesn't have this on him.
Well, Marco doesn't have it, and the president can say, hey, what did you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had all of these things that was on their side of the table. I said last week the MOU, or Memorandum of Understanding, okay, was almost cordial. I mean, even calling them the regime, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is legitimizing the bad guys, which you really don't hear Trump call them that very often when he's talking about the government or people he's negotiating with. So I'm like, it's so nice and it's so good for them if they take these opportunities. So what's the reality here? Obviously, they know they're not.
Well, look, I looked at Marco's schedule. He has, in any 24-hour period, about 5 minutes free time. And I'm thinking that when Trump blasts this regime to smithereens, Marco's going to run Iran. He's going to put in.
Marco will be running it. Marco, go run that place for a little while.
Go over there and take care of that for me, will you? We need somebody I can depend on. You go run Iran for a little while.
It is a very interesting Game of Thrones, though, everything that's going on right now, because you are dealing with, in a sense, a group of people who have been a-holes for centuries and centuries and centuries. And have been a blight on the planet as far as civilization for centuries and centuries and centuries. So I hope that what's going on is kind of a bait and switch where we know you're not going to abide by this, but once I do blow the S out of you, nobody can come back to me and say that you didn't try every opportunity for a peaceful solution.
Absolutely, and that's probably what is going to play out in the long run here. And this taking over the strait, I firmly support. I believe that's an incredibly good idea. And then you don't have to worry about it. He's calling us the guardian angels of the strait is a great idea as well. It's a good idea. He came from New York, Curtis Lewa. That whole thing took care of New York for so long. Going in there and saying we're going to be the guardian angels of the strait. We'll keep 20% of the oil. I like that a lot. I don't think Trump really believes that you can negotiate with these people as radical as they are, particularly after October 7th.
Oh, yeah.
We all saw what happened October 7th. We all have it in our minds what happened to those little girls that they went and threw in the back of pickup trucks and treated them like, I won't say the word, but just treated them like trash. And now we're going to negotiate with these people.
And the babies they put in the microwave.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
all right, quick break. I want to tell you about my friends over at River City Oral Surgery. Sean was talking about Dr. Havercorn just a little while ago, and he was talking about how Dr. Havercorn is so trustworthy, and he really is. He knows his stuff. And on these full-mouth dental implants, he knows it better than anybody else. So when they put together the team, and it is a team, you see there's 3 phases to full-mouth dental implants. Each phase is headed up by a specialist in that phase. Not just one guy who went to some weekend courses and all that. No. These guys know what they're doing all along the way. That's why they're specialists. Now, what you're not going to find at River City Oral Surgery are games or gimmicks. They don't try to upsell you or get you into a back office somewhere and say, hey, well, if you actually want teeth, would you like them to match, in a corncob mouth? No, that doesn't happen with these guys. They're straight up, and you can see the prices online. That's how transparent they are. He's kind of revolutionized medicine in that respect, in that a lot of doctors now are starting to put their prices and their services right on the website. It's all about transparency and being open. That's what Dr. Havercorn is truly all about at River City Oral Surgery. So why don't you check out the website at rivercityoms.com. Go see them and have an eval done and see what's going on so that they can possibly fit you with a full-mouth dental implant program that'll work for you at rivercityoms.com. Very warm and humid today, high of 95, 80 now, KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. Let's start at 281 northbound. Got an accident, right lane, off-ramp blocked. 410 on the frontage road, westbound before San Pedro. That wreck is in the left lane. And I-10 westbound as you approach FM 464 through Seguin, Guadalupe County. Getting reports of a wreck. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Local voices, local voices, local issues, local issues, local impact.
Seeing the whole city come together.
News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Too good, too good.
Looking for beautiful furniture without paying showroom prices? Then you need to discover Too Good to Be Through at 281 and Bidders. At Too Good to Be Through, smart shoppers know you can find exceptional furniture, unique home decor, and one-of-a-kind pieces that bring style to your home while saving serious money. Every item is carefully selected for quality, so you can shop with confidence knowing you're investing in furniture built to last. From elegant dining rooms and comfortable living room furniture to distinctive bedroom pieces, the selection is always changing and always worth the trip. Plus, the friendly team is there to help you find exactly what fits your taste and your budget. And this Friday and Saturday, June 26th and 7th, it's the Too Good to Be Through Summer Furniture Sale. Take 10% off all new market items, including furniture, home decor, home fragrance, and florals. Why spend more when you can shop smarter? Discover why San Antonio has trusted Too Good to Be Through for generations.
Too good to be true. For windows, siding, and doors, call the pros who've done it right for over 35 years. Go to southwestexteriors.com. Southwestexteriors.com and get the look you love coming home to. And don't forget to tell them Joe Pag sent you to Southwest Exteriors.
My name is Belinda. I'm 58 and work as a supervisor. I love singing in my church choir, but my health was out of control, and I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. I had rheumatoid arthritis, I was obese, high blood pressure, acid reflux, and a lot of stress. I was taking 23 pills a day. I had to find a new doctor, and that's when Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health entered my life. Immediately, I knew he was different. He listened, he wanted to know about my life, and he cared. I began his program and started seeing the weight come off, and I was feeling better. I've lost 55 pounds, and I've kept it off. I now only take 4 pills. I wake up feeling good, I'm stronger, and I finally feel healthy. My coworkers say that I look younger. They can tell in my face that I am no longer stressed. Even my smile is different. Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com.
Ooh, bent tie rod. What are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on rockauto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. rockauto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Jack in 60 minutes. This morning at 10 on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
And 721 with Ware and Rima at KTSA.
I was waiting for it. Shall I catch you up on some pop culture news? Toy Story 5. You know, I was in my 20s when that first one came out. I was in my 20s when the first Toy Story came out. It was like 1994 or something like that.
You're not in your 20s anymore, Mr.
No,
Rima.
I'm a long walk from that. And Toy Story 5, though, for being the 5th sequel in this franchise, earned about $312 million worldwide. It's done very, very well. Just another example, in my opinion, of people telling you what they really want at the movie theater. They want stuff that makes them feel good. They want stuff that's escapist. All right, they don't want to be preached to about gender crap. So I'm not a fan of this. I don't like cartoon movies. I'm just not a fan of them. But Toy Story 5. Also, Elmo, I guess, is doing better with House Republicans. They posted Elmo as a certified patriot. We had talked during the NBA, during the finals, how Elmo said, I hope both teams do well. And people in New York were really upset because Sesame Street is based out of New York. And they thought he was, being traitorous, I guess, to New York with that statement. And so Elmo just wants to set the record straight. Go Team USA with the World Cup. House Republicans reposted the video. Elmo said, don't make it a thing. Right? You realize he's a hand puppet, right?
Right.
Elmo is a certified patriot, all caps. So I guess Elmo is still walking the razor's edge with politics.
It's never been Elmo you need to watch. It's Animal. You need to pay close attention.
Animal.
Watch that Animal guy because he's the one that's got the screw loose.
I think I could hang out with Animal, okay? Elmo's voice would annoy me after about 10 seconds. Did you see this anchor in Iowa? This guy, Dustin Nolan, works for TV6. He won an Emmy, a regional Emmy in 2025. He's been at this particular station for quite some time. And he decided to leave. He did it on air, where he said, "I'm resigning." He said he's leaving the news industry, and said, as a local reporter, basically intimated that he's tired of, quote, sanitized news. People need to get out of their bubble and report the news as is. He got really emotional. And the video, the station posted the video, and after he did it on air, and it went nuts, and everybody's been watching it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, you know what I mean? I think getting really emotional on the air is kind of again, that in and of itself is kind of a razor's edge, You can do it too much, or it can come off as performative. I thought he was genuine as far as I could tell, but I thought it was interesting that he said he's leaving news, that he's completely frustrated, I guess, as a journalist in what journalism has become in America. Fake news, you know, and I like the comment about bubble. That kind of tells you a lot.
Well, he's choosing not to be an actor in all of that.
Right.
Because that's what they are.
Yeah, they're propagandists, essentially. And so I thought that was a really interesting little moment. It's always kind of interesting when you see something like that happen on live TV or just live in general. But he seems like the other thing is he's not an old guy.
No, he's
doesn't
a kid.
look like an old guy. I mean, he's a pretty young guy to kind of walk away from his career, but he must have pretty good reasons.
You're reading every day. You're reading something that somebody else wrote that is propaganda. And that's your job.
Well,
you're receiving a paycheck every day to read what somebody else wrote that is propaganda. And when you wake up to the fact that it's propaganda, some guys go, "I'm not going to do this." Others choose to carry on with it.
Well, you have to wonder how many people are out there who are kind of having the same interior discussion about, what they do for a living. I mean, I thought it was significant that he is a young guy, that he had, a large chunk of his career laid out ahead of him. He's got an Emmy, so, he didn't have to go anywhere. He had a pretty good road ahead of him, and he chose to walk away from it. So he must have had some pretty intense moral issues to do that.
Absolutely.
And good on him.
Yeah.
I have to say it. Good on him.
The testicular fortitude to say, "I'm not going to do this anymore," is something that's good.
A lot of people wouldn't do that.
No.
There are people who have twice his seniority. He probably got twice as much money as this guy has in the bank, who could walk away from it any day of the week, and yet they don't.
Well, I can tell you, talking to these guys that have retired and stuff. I talked to one over the weekend that was a local superstar. There's conservatives. They are conservatives in that business, and once they get away from it, it's kind of like Hollywood. Then they can start talking the truth. As long as they're in that business, kind of like Hollywood, if you don't want to get canceled, you read the teleprompter, shut your mouth, and do exactly what that teleprompter says.
Well, yeah, and the pressure's got to be enormous, as far as if you want to, you want to work in this town, kid. Just like in Hollywood, you want to get movie deals, you want to get gigs, know, and if you, I think probably the wisest choice is not to say anything, but if you're in news, you can't do that. And if you're in an editing room and they're telling you, hey, this is the story we want you to go on the air with, and inside yourself that it's either a mischaracterization or it's edited or it's not true or what have you, you really, because you and I make our living with our opinions. We don't have to, you and I are not beholden to a journalistic ethic in that we don't have to present both views in equal time. We can tell you exactly what we think. We can be as biased as we want to be because this is commentary radio. This is opinion radio. But I couldn't imagine being a journalist in this day and age.
Oh, no way. More opinions coming up next. Ware and Rima, I want to tell you about my friends over at M&G Bank. I was just talking to David McGee just a little while ago at M&G Bank. We have our new accounts that have been opened. We have several accounts over at M&G right now. Why? Because we get the best service from M&G. We get taken care of like nobody else. Why? Because they're into taking care of families. We have personal family accounts at M&G, and we have business accounts, both, and we have several of them there, and just been so happy with it throughout the, I guess, over 15 years that we've been associated with M&G Bank now, something like that, long time, and I let me tell you something, I don't ever see that changing. Because we get such outstanding service. Their rates are right on. They take care of us in every way. If we ever have a question, boom, they got an answer for that question. And the products that they offer you, particularly on the business side, a family business side, we wanted a particular account to do something special, highly specialized for not only our contract folks that work with us, but also for customers. And, man, they did it. Without even asking, not even batting an eye. They just said, yes, we can do that. We'll make it happen. That's who we're dealing with over at Amagi. That's who you're dealing with. The ease of doing business, number one, is top of the line, and then taking care of you, making sure that you got what you need for your financial future with your family or your family-run business. They're the go-to bank in Texas for SBA loans. No doubt about it. Hands down. Amagi NA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
550 KTSA and FM 107.1 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
Well, can I recommend to you my friends at BG Products for their fuel system cleaner? It is absolutely top of the line. I used to, before I knew about BG, and I came associated with BG about 30-some-odd years ago, I used to buy the stuff off the shelf, 3-letter stuff, and I would dump it in the gas tank, and little did I know I was just wasting my money because most of it's junk. Now, there's a couple of good, things on the shelf, but most of it's just pure junk. But when you're dealing with BG and their fuel system cleaner, it's called a BG 44K. They put that in there, and they do it wherever you have your oil changed. So it takes you a few more extra minutes, not much, just a couple more extra minutes for them to run that through the system. It cleans out the lines. It cleans out the injectors, and all of your injectors will eventually get, little pieces of gunk that come out of the tank when you fill up, right? Coming out of the ground tank. So that cleans out all that stuff, and then it helps lubricate the top side of the engine, and I'm talking about where the valves are and the valve springs. All that is really important to make sure that that's operating efficiently. So if you're able to have a clean system, you're going to use less fuel to burn and operate that engine. So you're going to save money in the short haul and the long haul when you're using their fuel system treatment. I love the stuff. When I have our vehicles serviced, I ask them to run that through there, and it's amazing the difference that I see the next tank full. So check them out. You know what? You can just go online and look at all this stuff and look at the research and the background on all the BG products. See what works for you. BGFindashop.com.
Guests of Ware and Rima appear via the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline.
Hi, this is Bob Webster from my friends over at Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. It's just quality is such a hard thing to find in today's world. I mean, there are so many roofers around that, they're here one day, gone the next. Putting on those old shingle roofs that wear out after a few years or after the first hailstorm. Why not get the last roof you will ever put on your home? A beautiful roof from Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. I mean, the gap in price between metal and shingles has come way down. Southwest Metal Roofing System roofs are an amazing value, extremely well priced, best guarantee in the industry. They're going to save you money on your energy bill every month because they're so energy efficient. Plus, most homeowners insurance companies give you a discount because they know they're never going to have to replace that roof. Plus, it's a darn good looking roof. Lots of choices of color, lots of choices of looks, but all with the same great quality. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems, 822-6868 is the number. Give them a call for the best roof in the industry.
Discover the difference that Jesus Christ can make in your life at Cornerstone Church, located at 18755 Stone Oak Parkway in San Antonio. Every Sunday morning at 8:30 and 11 and Sunday evenings at 6:30, join Pastors John and Matt Hagee as they preach the uncompromising Word of God. Can't make it to the church? Cornerstone offers live streaming of all the Sunday worship services. You can find them each Sunday online at jhm.org and on Facebook Live. JHM.org also offers on-demand sermons by Pastors John and Matt Hagee, concerts with award-winning Christian artists, as well as special, well-known guest speakers from around the nation and the world. Cornerstone Church offers encouragement for every stage of life. They have special programs for kids, teens, and young adults as well. So bring your family and friends to Cornerstone Church at the corner of 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. For more information, visit sacornerstone.org or call 210-490-1600. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. Call Connecticut and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran are happening in Switzerland. Pakistan and Qatar are the mediators, and they say progress is being made. The UK will have a new leader after Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced his resignation today, and one man's facing a murder charge after he walked up to police and told them he shot and killed his friend the day before. KTSA News Time 7:34.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot on 281. This report sponsored by Discover. It's an accident 281 northbound. Got a right lane and the off-ramp to Tacoma blocked. On Loop 410 westbound before you get to San Pedro on the frontage road. Accident left lane. Little bit of a delay from 281. And 35 northbound FM 1103. Shirts area. Disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. When you hear a good idea, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Hot and humid to kick off the new week with the clouds yielding to sun, the high of 93. Breezy and warm this evening, otherwise partly cloudy. Humid too, the low just down to 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Hot and humid again Tuesday with sun and some clouds, the high 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Right now, 80 degrees, the real feel 90 at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood, News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Dirty white boy, it's 7:36.
Why are you looking at me?
Or me.
I was looking at him, actually. I was listening to the song, actually. This is Dirty White Boy with Foreigner right here. I like old Lou Graham. Okay, so let me do some bits and pieces, get through some of this stuff as quick as I can. Vandals using chemicals to destroy the pond, the reflecting pool. They used chemicals to burn 8647 in the ground, and then they took those chemicals over and they were dumping them into water. The president flew over it with Marine One to inspect it, and you're going to jail.
Anyone who was in a position of vandalizing or attempting to vandalize the reflecting pool will face the criminal justice system in D.C. Look, the president has made it a priority to make D.C. not only safe but beautiful. And there are several citations that have been handed out to individuals, and these are cases that will be prosecuted to the full extent. If there are more serious products that are put into the reflecting pool to create more algae or a bigger problem, then we'll consider more serious charges. But make no mistake, making D.C. beautiful is a priority, and if you damage, vandalize, or do anything to impact something like the reflective pool, you can be prosecuted.
And I don't care if you are a former Olympian and your whole family is a canoe bunch, which David Hearn's family is. One person's arrested. Many others have been sought by these folks, and Judge Janine is serious. They have actually, imagine your life being so empty and so void of anything meaningful that you become a pro-algae supporter, that you're standing next to that pool carrying signs that say, I'm on Team Algae, go algae, or wearing a dinosaur costume and walking up to the guys from the National Guard who are there to protect the pool now and doing this.
Let's go, Algae. Let's go. So the National Guard could come and watch pond scam. $1.1 million a day so the National Guard could come and watch pond scam. Don't try to find something to arrest me for, aren't y'all?
That's a woman obviously not from here, and she's in a dinosaur costume holding a sign that says, I'm on Team Algae, and she's screaming at the backs of two of these guys who are there to protect the pool. Imagine, again, having nothing better to do with your day than to stand there and scream, let's go algae, in a dinosaur costume.
Right. Keep it classy. You know, your life's going pretty well for you, apparently. And then of this Hearn guy, I mean, this guy's pushing 70. It's alleged he was yanking at one of the hoses that's cleaning this water out. He's trying to pull on the blue film that they placed on the bottom. Again, to repeat what you said, who do you have to be that's your thing in life? I'll tell you the people I really have a problem with are the people that grew up around there like me, and I know several people who have already posted stuff. But, look at the algae. Oh, the algae's horrible. All right, there's going to be algae in that part of the world at this time of the year, okay? It's an extremely humid place in summertime. And, algae pops up. So sit down, man. Again, the Trump derangement syndrome is on full display with this thing, man.
Well, you're putting chemicals in there to destroy it. And so, that's what these people are. That's who they are. But, again, you dressed up in an old pink dinosaur costume. You're carrying a sign that says, I'm on Team Algae. You got nothing better to do with your day. You need a hobby.
That person's lost, already. Just lost.
Lakeland, Florida, and you can see all of this, by the way, on my X account. Lakeland, Florida, an LGBTQ event. A man there preaching. Now, he wasn't touching anybody. He wasn't even being obnoxious in his preaching. He's wearing shorts and flip-flops, and he's just talking about the gospel. And he's just saying he's a street preacher.
Right.
So, he's not causing any trouble at all. Then the cops come over. The cops shove him. They don't come over and say, sir, I need you to stop. This is public ground, by the way. This is not a private event. This is public ground. They come over, and then they hit him in the chest. And then another cop grabs him, and they drag him down the sidewalk. Finally, 4 cops. You can see the video. 4 cops are dragging this guy along. What was his crime? He was arrested. What was his crime? Preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. And, of course, the LGBTQ people, the homosexuals, they were screaming and cheering for the cops hauling this guy off. That's where we are. We talked about this guy over in the UK, and people get arrested in the UK all the time for preaching the gospel now. Well, that's here. It's in this country, too. You're getting arrested if you preach the gospel.
Given why we started this whole experiment, it's especially egregious here, I think, and it's troubling. It's troubling to see somebody just preaching and they're getting arrested. Again, I see it in the UK and Scotland and Ireland, and you roll your eyes going, are you serious? But no, it's here, too. There are people who would shut the faith down tomorrow if they could, man.
Yeah, I've been talking a lot about Seth Gruber lately because I'm reading his book, and I'm gonna when I finish it this time, I'll go back through it, The Last Chance, and it's about our culture and where we are today and how we got here. There's nothing new under the sun. Drag queens used to dance around in ancient Rome. The bathhouses were big in Rome. We got bathhouses opening back up in Minneapolis and San Francisco and places like that. How can you not, when you have this type of person as the number one choice for the Democrats in 2028?
I really, truly believe this. We each have light inside of us. And we need to know that that is what inspires our hope as much as anything external to ourselves. And when we feel that and not allow an election or an individual to dampen that light, and instead let that light kind of carry us, in particular through moments of darkness, that we not only act on that hope, but we inspire that hope in each other. And in particular at this moment, it is so important that we not only have hope, but that we understand that should be a verb.
That hope should be a verb.
Yeah.
And so that's Kamala, of course, and thank God she's not the president.
Hope is a verb and a noun simultaneously. You can have hope and you can also hope. Verb and pronoun together.
Yeah, but it's because you have a light in you that you understand what other people don't understand with that light. Don't let that light be extinguished.
Yeah,
right?
It's just, if only hope reverb, Trey, then we could turn this whole ship around, man.
Right.
She's one of those people that every time she opens her mouth.
So good, I love it.
She just proves all over again why we should be very thankful she's not the president.
That's right. And she went to government schools.
Right.
Tell you all you need to know. Right. New Bath Today. What a great group of folks. If you want to make sure that you've got a safe shower and a safe bathroom, the entire experience. And you've been talking about a bathroom remodeling project. I want to recommend to you, my friends, at New Bath Today. Whether you're looking for a safer walk-in shower, right, or an easier-to-use bathroom overall, New Bath Today can help you stay comfortable and confident in your own home right now. And check this out. For a limited time, for qualified buyers, you can get $0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 24 months. Plus, I really love this aspect of it. You can lock in, get a free quote, lock it in today's prices, and that quote is good for up to a year. So you get your free quote now, and just, a few months from now, you say, no, now's not the time. I got summer vacation I'm going on. I'm spending money on that and all that. But, hey, let's do something in the fall, so I got a new bathroom for the holidays. Boom. Then they're gonna honor the prices of today, no matter what happens with supplies and all that other stuff. You're locked in. That's New Bat Today. They just want to be your bathroom remodeler, and they'll do a fantastic job for you. Log on to their website and find out more. Mention Trey Ware when you do at newbattoday.com. Very warm and humid, high of 95 today, 79 now, KTSA.
Good morning. We're still working that trouble spot on 281. This report sponsored by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? 281 northbound, that off-ramp to Tacoma, right lane off-ramp blocked with an accident. On 410 frontage road westbound before San Pedro, that wreck is taking up a left lane. And a stall at 35 northbound FM 1103 in Schertz off to the shoulder. And 410 westbound approaching Callahan, disabled vehicle left shoulder blocked. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and most Capital One cafes open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, NA member, FDIC. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Get the latest local news, weather, and traffic online at KTSA.com. This is News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Here in Texas, we are proud to serve veterans and now accept TRICARE for active duty, retired military, and their families. Supporting the military community is personal to us. That is why we are honored to be an official partner of KTSA's Operation Appreciation, benefiting Soldiers Angels and supporting deployed service members. You can help. The next time you're at the store, pick up a few simple items like gum, drink mixes, tuna pouches, toothbrushes, travel toothpaste, facial tissues, or hand lotion. Then bring your donation to Here in Texas, in New Braunfels, or our new location in Dripping Springs, now through July 4th. Every item sends a message to a deployed service member. You are remembered. You are appreciated. You are not alone. At Here in Texas, our work is about helping people stay connected to the voices and moments that matter most. Call 830-360-2000 or visit hereintx.com. Here in Texas, HEAR, your next step to hearing life again.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
San Antonio has deep pride in our military families. At Connecticut Quality Water Softeners, supporting those who serve means a great deal to us. That's why we are proud to partner with Operation Appreciation, collecting care package items for deployed service members through July 4th.
Next time you're at the store, pick up items troops can use and enjoy. Beef jerky, trail mix, drink mixes, gum, tuna pouches, or crackers.
Practical items matter too, like travel-size toothpaste, toothbrushes, facial tissues, hand lotion, razors, and pens with notebook paper.
These small comforts and everyday needs remind a service member that people back home care.
Bring your donation to our Connecticut office or hand it to our team when you see a Connecticut truck around town. Every Connecticut truck is a donation spot.
And right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink.
Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country at 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut, proudly supporting Operation Appreciation on KTSA.
Need a new AC? Right Home Services has a complete install, up to 3 tons, for just $89.99. It's Martin Bomba from the KTSA Rock and Home Show. Call Right Home Services at 210-444-0000.
Uncover the root of your health problems and improve your life. I'm Dr. Torres with the Institute for Functional Health. Schedule your Discovery Day for advanced testing and a personalized plan. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres with the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Today's Pledge of Allegiance, powered by Stevens Roofing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here in my car, Gary Newman, 1980. 550 KTSA FM 107.1. We are Ware and Rima and Carl Eggers every Monday at this time, creatingricherlives.com. What's happening with the economy now, Carl, that things are beginning to open up in the Strait of Hormuz and with Iran?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest impact for our listeners is oil prices and the stock market. You know, oil's down 25%-ish from the high, so it continues to come down. You know, markets are looking through kind of all this noise and saying, we think there's a resolution here. We think the strait's opening up, and we have plenty of supply. Therefore, prices are coming down. So, and what's interesting about that, Trey, is that, you know, there's been a handful of people looking at this inflation story and saying, inflation's really back. This is going to be really awful. Others are looking at this and saying, this is transitory. It's only because of the fact that we have oil up, and now that it's going down, it's disappearing. What's fascinating is the market sold off last week, really just one day after Kevin Warsh, the new Fed chair, came out and basically sounded a little more hawkish, saying, "Hey, we're taking some of the rate cuts off the table." Now you have people believing that they're actually going to raise rates this year. The market's telling a totally different story. The market's pricing in that inflation is actually coming down, and that we will not have rate hikes. So there's going to be a little debate for the next few weeks and months, but I still think that we are seeing this transitory inflation come off a little bit. And again, I trust markets more than the Fed, and the Fed has a history of being wrong, and I think they're going to be wrong again. Yeah. And so the market right now is looking at two things: oil coming down and profits going up.
Sure.
Hence the stock market continuing.
All right, one last thing. SpaceX started at 135. It's 185 as of this morning. There was some thought that it was going to ease off after an initial surge. Does that thought still exist? It's going to ease back?
Yeah, it does. For me, it does because of the fact that, look, you have a lot of people that have to buy it. You know, mutual fund managers, index funds, people that have to own these large companies, these tech companies. So they're having to buy it over the next few days. However, in the next 60 to 90 days and further out, you're going to get people that get unlocked that can't sell right now, that are insiders, that are going to be able to sell. So there's going to be a lot of supply on the market eventually.
Okay.
And I think we'll find a little equilibrium here. But for right now, yeah, it's the talk of the town.
It sure is. 185 as of today. All right, Carl Eggers, creatingricherlives.com.
You know, I want to compare and contrast a couple of stories that seemingly may not have anything to do with each other, but there is a connection. Yesterday, of course, as you pointed out, was Trans Dad's Day, and in the Washington Times, they had a little comic strip in the op-ed section.
New York Times.
Sorry, New York Times. Is there a difference?
Well,
no, I know there is.
Actually, the Washington Times is very conservative.
Fair point. Fair point. I'm thinking of the Washington Post.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Post, right. So they ran this thing, which is a cartoon of a little girl on the playground saying, "Someday I want to grow a beard like my dad," and her dad's a chick, and the tranny thing. Of course, it's Father's Day. Can't leave it alone. It's got to be Trans Dad Day. And I want to compare that to the Obama Presidential Center last week. We spent the last half of the week talking about this because there was a lot of coverage of this thing. You know, Bono was out there and Stevie Wonder and all that stuff. And just walk with me here for a second.
Sure.
If you look at that thing, which was not sold, it was originally sold as a library. It was supposed to have actual documents from the president's time in office, which it doesn't have.
Nope.
Eventually it'll have, I guess, digital versions or whatever, but the documents are not going to be held there. It's not a library, so they kind of were full of crap from day one. Mm-hmm. But if you look at that thing, Okay, I think inside our heads, even people who revere Obama look at that and go, God, that thing's ugly. It really is an ugly work of architecture. There's really nothing. It's very pretentious in that, hey, look how artsy I am. But at the same time, in our minds, it's like, God, it's such an ugly piece of crap. It just looks horrible. It doesn't look elegant. There's nothing really attractive about it. It's a very strange design. It's kind of indicative, I think, of the way people look at the whole trans issue. I've said this for years, that inside themselves, nobody really believes the multiple gender thing. Inside your head, you're like, I know there's only boys and girls. I know there's only men and women. I know there's only two biological genders. But my politics and my sense of myself, it's kind of like the emperor wears no clothes, right? We all know the guy's buck-ass naked, but we have to force ourselves to say and force ourselves, in a sense, to believe that he's wearing this really lovely robe. It's the same thing with the trans issue, and I think the presidential center, Obama's presidential center, is kind of a physical reflection of that. You know what I'm saying? In that we all know the thing is ugly as hell, but you got to sit there and go, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, what stunning architecture. Same thing with the trans issue. People know inside themselves in the logic centers of their brain. Now, there are crazy people who've accepted this, absolutely. But I think I don't think he actually believes inside of himself that there's more than two biological genders. I just don't. And I think it's actually more insulting to a person's intellect that they don't believe that inside themselves, but they force themselves to say it because that's what you're supposed to say. Just like you're supposed to look at the presidential center in Illinois and Chicago and say, oh, God, it's a gorgeous work of architecture. But actually, it's ugly as hell. And I think that's kind of where the Democrats in that side of the room in this country have really lost their souls, in that they're just denying reality left and right. Their whole agenda, to a certain extent, is about denying reality, denying what you see with your own eyes and what you think with your own thoughts. And I don't know if the connection is making sense, if I'm
Sure.
making sense of that, but I think Obama's presidential center is kind of the physical manifestation of that idea.
I'm going to give you an example of what you're talking about. Chris Bird is a D.C. engineer who was brought in on this project with Obama. First of all, Obama directed him toward this one specific artist. All this is on my X account.
Right.
This one specific artist is all about making stone objects that are phallic symbols.
Right,
so
right.
That's his thing.
Sure.
Obama told him that's what I want. That Obama's goal was boldness, and the goal was to be polarizing. Now, that's his whole presidency.
Sure.
Three terms, the most polarizing president we have ever had was Barack Hussein, and he did it himself. So this guy who thinks it's beautiful, he's the one he engineered it. He said, man, this is a boldness and this is a polarizing thing. This is exactly what Barack wanted. But I'm going to give you an example of what you're talking about. Sonny Hostin on Friday on The View, okay?
And I think if you also look at the way that he has done this presidential center, it is in a historic neighborhood, Jackson Park, which is a neighborhood that needed to be developed. That's a neighborhood that has been underserved for so long. You think about it, it's going to be open daily, free of charge for children and adults.
Pointing out that you have to show an ID to go in. Go ahead, Sonny.
It's for everyone to enjoy. And then the centerpiece is this 225.
Wait a minute, Sonny. It's not for everybody to enjoy because there are a lot of people that don't have a picture ID, right?
It's a racist burden.
And they're really stupid enough that they can't figure out how to get one, so they can't go in.
Foot tall tower. And this is what is on it. It says, "You are America." The single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We the people, we shall overcome. Yes, we can. Oh, what a glorious task we are given to continually try to improve this great nation of ours. That is the message of the library. We can. Yes, we can. We're coming together. He's setting the tone with his very presidential center, and that is why Trump will never be the president that he was.
Of course, she has to take a ding at the president. But that's exactly what you're talking about. Sonny Hostin knows it's ugly. She knows it's ugly, but yet she goes on television, and everybody who claps knows it's ugly.
Right.
Yet they check their brain to say, yes, it's so pretty. Oh, my God, that's so pretty.
They really have collectively, they're just trained harp seals. I mean, they really are. You know, they'll agree with whatever you want them to agree with. They'll applaud whatever you want,
But here's the point. This Chris Bird, engineer who put it together, said that that's what Obama wanted.
Well,
he wanted
yeah.
it to be ugly so it would be polarizing. He didn't want anything that was going to be everybody's going to go along.
Dude did a bang-up job, man.
More Ware and Rima coming up, KTSA.
Hey, it's Sean. You know, I love talking about my friends at John Wayne Service Company. This is a great year to talk to them. Whether you're having an issue with your HVAC, your plumbing, or your electrical, it's one company for the whole house. And now John Wayne is offering their service call for all for only $29. That's a $29 service call that'll cover one system, two systems, or all three. It's your choice. It's a simple, low-cost way to get a professional look and clear direction before you spend more money. They aim to give you straight answers and clear options with no pressure, and they offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. But again, it's that time of year for John Wayne's Service Call for All for only $29. Service call can cover one system, two systems, or all three. It's your choice. Call or text my friends at John Wayne Service Company today, 210-293-6700 to schedule your $29 service call for all. Or check them out online, johnwayne.com.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SECURE to 989898 today.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 8 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. Regardless of some delays and some bickering, Vice President J.D. Vance says progress is being made in peace talks between the U.S. and Iran in Switzerland. Correspondent Tom Sufi-Burridge with more.
Vance saying there's been that mechanism for trying to keep the Strait of Hormuz open to deal with demining issues, and another mechanism for deconflicting the war in Lebanon, which was really threatening to derail the memorandum of understanding signed by President Trump just a few days ago, saying there'll be enhanced communication. But critically, Israel is not part of that group. But J.D. Vance saying that the most exciting thing, in his words, has been the fact that the Iranians have agreed to allow UN nuclear inspectors back into the country.
We have the latest in this developing story on the front page of KTSA.com. As of this morning, the UK is looking for another leader. That's because Prime Minister Keir Starmer's calling it quits. So what happens next?
What next? Well, he remains Prime Minister today, and he will be Prime Minister for the next few weeks because by Labour Party rules, there will now be a contest within the party, which he said is going to be in July. All eyes will be on Andy Burnham, the Labour MP now this afternoon. He will be sworn in as the new Labour MP for Makersfield.
It's correspondent James Longman. Many are pointing to the UK's issues with mass immigration from Muslim countries as one reason Starmer's Labour Party was blasted in local elections last month. One man's facing a murder charge after police say he admitted to shooting his friend and roommate multiple times Friday afternoon. 36-year-old David Cabrera was found on the ground at a home on the west side. Witnesses told police they heard several gunshots not long before. Detectives would later find shell casings at the scene. 36-year-old Julio Castro walked up to police officers on another call the next day, told them what happened. He was booked into the Bexar County Jail after confirming to police what had happened. KTSA News Time 8:02. Let's check out KTSA Sports right here with Vic Brown.
In the World Cup, the U.S. is 2-0 after a win over Australia over the weekend. Coupled with Paraguay's win over Turkey, the U.S. has clinched Group D and is moving on to the round of 32. In the NBA, ESPN's Michael C. Wright reported over the weekend that the Spurs remain committed to guard De'Aaron Fox as their starting point guard despite rookie Dylan Harper's emergence this postseason. In Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers beat the Padres 4-3 in their series finale. Valley. Tonight they open up a series in Miami with the Marlins at 5:40, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM starting at 5 with the pregame. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTSA News Time, 8:03.
Hi, this is Bob Webster for my friends over at Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. It's just quality is such a hard thing to find in the day's world. I mean, there are so many roofers around that, they're here one day, gone the next. Putting on those old shingle roofs that wear out after a few years or after the first hailstorm. Why not get the last roof you will ever put on your home? A beautiful roof from Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. I mean, the gap in price between metal and shingles has come way down. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems roofs are an amazing value, extremely well priced, best guarantee in the industry. They're going to save you money on your energy bill every month because they're so energy efficient. Plus, most homeowners insurance companies give you a discount because they know they're never going to have to replace that roof. Plus, it's a darn good looking roof. Lots of choices of color, lots of choices of looks, but all with the same great quality. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems, 822-6868 is the number. Give them a call for the best roof in the industry.
At Ponderosa Ranch, your pup is our priority. Boarding, training, daycare, and bathing, we treat your dog like family. With 3 area locations, Ponderosa Ranch can't wait to be your pup's home away from home. Book their next day or stay with us at weloveyourdog.net.
Let our team keep your home running comfortable and worry-free. Call on Mr. Electric for all your electrical needs. 210-248-2026. Or get a hold of us online at mrelectric.com and enter your zip code.
License number TECL 34221.
Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. Call Connecticut and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
KTSA News Time, 8:05. Let's get another quick check of KTSA Time Saver traffic.
Good morning. As you get into your commute, still have that trouble spot on 281. It's an accident northbound at Nakoma. We've got a right lane and the off-ramp blocked. And on Loop 410 Frontage Road, westbound before you get to San Pedro, that wreck is in the left lane. Little bit of a delay from 281. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll go and check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Clouds will give way to sun to kick off the new week. It'll be hot and humid with the high of 93 today. Breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy, remaining warm and humid. The low just 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Hot and humid again Tuesday with sun, some clouds, and the high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
80 degrees right now, mostly cloudy at San Antonio's Severe Weather Station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
News Talk 550 KTSA.
Okay, so in Switzerland, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is there early this morning. He had several things to say. I got some little bits and bites I want to play for you.
Well, we want Israel's security to be protected, and we also want Lebanon's sovereignty to be protected, and this is going to be an ongoing conversation. The Israelis have been very clear they do not have territorial intentions on South Lebanon. The reason they feel they have to be there is because they're worried about Hezbollah fighters in South Lebanon firing into Israel. We do believe, of course it's going to require a lot of hard work, that we can get to a place where Lebanon's territorial integrity and sovereignty is protected, Israel's security is protected, and that's going to require some coordination with the Lebanese armed forces, and also it's going to require the Iranians to rein in Hezbollah. That's all the sort of things that we were talking about yesterday, and again, I think that we got much further compared to where we were just 24 hours ago.
Well, what I would hope is the Lebanese forces would go in and destroy Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a terrorist organization that is funded by Iran with one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to attack Israel. That's what they have been doing now for more than a quarter century, almost a half a century now, that they have been attacking Israel from the north using rockets, lobbing them over some beautiful mountain ranges there. The best thing that could happen for all of this to come to fruition is for Hezbollah to be utterly and completely destroyed, either by the Lebanese, because they're in their country. These people, the Hezbollah, they're not Lebanese. That's not who they are. They are plants, like Hamas was plants in Gaza, by Iran to attack Israel. You have, if you're serious about this, Iran, which they're not, you're not going to negotiate with these killers, and that's what they are. If you were serious about that, you would disband Hezbollah and get them out of there and tell them to quit attacking Israel. But they won't do that, Sean, because these guys want the destruction of Israel, and you're not going to change that ever. Here's more from JD.
I want to say one last thing. I've seen some misreporting about frozen or unfrozen Iranian assets. One of the other things that we wanted to do, and wasn't as high of a priority for us for obvious reasons, but we wanted to make sure that we set up a process where if we ever unfreeze Iranian assets, we can ensure that that money, that Iranian money, goes to help the people of Iran and not to fund terrorism. So Jared Kushner actually came up with a very interesting solution with the Qataris, where basically, again, if there is any frozen Iranian assets that are unfrozen, then we have approval over that process. The Qataris have approval over that process. And then the money would actually go to buy American soy, American corn, and American wheat for the benefit of the Iranian people. And as much as I see some of the press misreporting on this, and of course, buttressed by what the Iranians are saying, or not all Iranians, I want to be clear. There are a lot of Iranians who tell me the truth about what happened yesterday.
He's got to talk to those guys, try to negotiate with them so he can't tick them off too bad. And that's the whole point of what I've been saying, is that, first of all, it's frustrating to know that we are negotiating with a group of terrorists here, and that's what this regime is. And they're not going to change their spots. They are going to continue to be this way. They're going to be terrorists from here on out. Their zealotry demands that they destroy Israel, and that's how they are like the Nazis. And we would have never have dreamed after World War II of negotiating with Hitler, leaving him in power and negotiating with them. That is what we're doing here. And look, again, I trust Trump. We've all talked about how this is a way that he can come in later because he's playing chess. He can come in later and he can destroy them and do what he's been talking about, told Lindsey Graham on Friday, and sent Lindsey out with the message that he had Lindsey leak when he came out after 4 hours and said, we'll be the guardian angels of the Strait, and we're going to keep 20% of the oil. I hope that's right. I hope things do turn out that way, because this regime, you can't negotiate with them. They're not going to change their minds.
I agree, and again, when they released the text, or we started hearing about the text last week, midweek or whatever, nothing, first off, two things. Nothing in the agreement, the memorandum of understanding, looks like anything that this particular regime will abide by, because they never have before. He was talking this morning in Lucerne about International Atomic Energy, the council, the inspectors, and coming in and looking at stuff. And as far as unfreezing the assets, it's not going to happen until these guys are able to check out the nuclear program, which I thought was underground anyway, that was, destroyed. Obviously, that's not going to happen, because they had that with the Obama deal. They had the inspectors that were supposed to be able to come in, international inspectors, and take a look, and they thwarted them at every turn. So I don't really even invest enough intellectual energy into the idea that they're going to abide by any of this, because I really do believe it's just a way for the president to say, I've exhausted every diplomatic avenue. There's nothing else to do. And he keeps his language pretty strong. We talked earlier in the first hour about how over the weekend, when it came to Lebanon and that question, he was, I'll bomb the S out of you, and you won't have a blanking country to go back to, and blah, blah, blah. So I think you're right. I think it's a good cop, bad cop kind of a scenario. He was very New York-y over the weekend in regards to that. Sounded almost like the mafia. You won't have I know where you live. You won't have a blanking country to come home to.
But that's not saying he didn't mean it. Because two things can be true. He's being a bad cop.
Yeah.
JD's over there saying, I'm trying to hold that blonde-haired dude in check, but the blonde-haired dude will bomb them, and I think that's where we're going to end up.
Lindsey Graham, I think, even said that, he's not bluffing. He's not the kind of guy to bluff. And what about Donald Trump tells anybody that he bluffs? So to me, it just feels like he's setting a trap for him. We know they're not going to abide by any of this stuff.
The sicko Democrats, by the way, because the White House and the Trump family put some pictures up yesterday for All Trans Dads Day.
Oh, God.
And had Donald Trump, like, holding his kids when they were infants, you know, he'd have them. We all took those pictures, laying in the bed with them on top of us and stuff like that, and suddenly he's a pedophile. Because, you know,
oh, God.
That's what he is, because he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, even though Epstein handwritten notes before he died saying, I tried to hang something around this guy's neck.
Right.
And I couldn't find anything. I don't have anything on the guy. So if Epstein is admitting that he doesn't have anything on the guy, how do the women on The View know he's a pedo? Come on, give me a freaking break. You know?
Again, I mentioned these folks earlier about the reflecting pool. I got people I grew up with who are they just can't shut up about the Epstein files, and he's a pedophile and all this. And again, all evidence is to the contrary.
Yeah.
They've been at this guy for over a decade. If there was anything there, they would have found it. And plus, Jeffrey, as you said, Jeffrey Epstein's own words
in
his own hand. You know,
Yes.
couldn't hang anything on him.
Eric Holder would have prosecuted him when they were in power if there was anything there. There's not. So here's an interesting little all these videos are on the X account if you want to see this stuff. Here's an interesting little compare and contrast, you two, Christian and Jimmy. After the Knicks win the other night, these Knicks fans are throughout New York. They had put up trash cans in the Knicks colors, orange and blue, and had the Knicks on the trash cans.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So their fans were going around and dumping the trash out on the middle of the sidewalk in New York, and stealing the trash, walking off with the trash cans, leaving the trash. I mean, piles and piles and piles of trash.
Good.
All over New York, and they're taking those trash cans. Compare and contrast the Japanese people who are here for the soccer. They're walking around with trash bags and cleaning up the stadiums where the soccer was.
It's bled over. Portugal fans are doing it now.
See?
Wow.
See, and yet Knicks fans are dumping trash on their own streets.
Well, trash.
That's America, man.
Trash knows trash. Knicks fans are trash, and they know trash.
This is one of those things where you can't say it's racism. It's culture.
Yeah.
That's the whole explanation. And as sad as it is, that's where we are. But did they clean up New York at all?
Have they cleaned it up?
Did they take the trash with them?
No, they left it.
They're dumping
That's
out
my point. They're walking over there, dumping out the
taking
trash on the street, and walking off with the stinking trash can.
But you see, they could have been decent and just taken the trash also.
Well, they didn't.
But they're
That's
not
the point.
decent. That is my
Foreigners
point.
are doing it.
Right.
They handled the
Japanese are cleaning up our stadiums.
Right.
They handled the parade perfectly, though.
Huh?
They handled
What,
the
New
parade
York?
good. New
Well,
York.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be good at a damn parade.
Over 2 million, and only a few people got in a brawl.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, the point is that Americans take America for granted no matter what your
100%
city in. So, I don't care that I'm going to dirty up my city by dumping the can. I want the can. Whereas people from outside the country are like, this country is so great. We love Buc-ee's. Let me clean that up for you.
I was talking last week about that story in Japan. The middle schools there do not have custodians.
That's
right.
Because the students are, and this is what you get. This is how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
The students in middle school in Japan, they have to clean their own school.
Right.
Then they go, and it's ingrained.
That's
so
right.
when they go visit another country and they see trash, they clean it up. They clean it up because that's what's ingrained. That's what we need to do to our own students. Fire all the custodians. Fire them all.
Fire them all. Well, the dark edge of all the individual freedoms that we have here is that for some people, then it becomes all about me and becomes all about yourself.
That's
and
what
I
this
want
is.
the damn trash can, so that's all that matters.
Unbelievable.
I want to keep a trash can.
Unbelievable. It's on
It's
the
like keeping like a commemorative roll of toilet paper. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
You know, at Quarter Moon, heating, AC, and plumbing, they are all about taking care of you and have been for 43 years. And not only with outstanding AC services and plumbing services. I'm talking about every time we're having an event here like Soldiers Angels, okay, and the Operation Appreciation. Joel and his brother, they're the first ones to say, and by the way, let me just mention this. They're locally and family owned. The guys you hear on the radio, they own that place themselves. They don't have investors from out of town somewhere that they have to answer to, because the investors, when there's a big company that owns you, the investors get all the attention and it's just bleeding everything out of the clients and the customers. That's not how Quarter Moon is run. But anyway, Quarter Moon is always the first one to jump in. So like Operation Appreciation, they immediately jump in. And they're going to be here on July 2nd when we do the show down in the Alamo Lounge here at KTSA for breakfast that morning. That's just who they are. They believe in taking care. They're the first ones to sign up to help sponsor these events and do what's right for the community. Jimenez Radiothon, my food drive, the puppy food bank, everything that they can, they get involved in. Now, for 43 years, they've been taking care of your AC. Now, this is that time of year. We're at 95 today, and it's going to be that way all week. We don't have any more rain for the next week or so. The good guys over at Quarter Moon are ready to take care of you. If you ever have a problem with your AC, they got a rapid response team. They can dispatch and get out there right away. But you can avoid a lot of that by having them come out and do a very thorough inspection of your AC system. If you ever have a plumbing problem, they're there too at Quarter Moon. QuarterMoonPlumbing.com, 210-651-5899. Very warm and humid, high of 95, 79 now, KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your morning commute on Loop 410 Frontage Road, westbound before you get to San Pedro, got an accident, left lane blocked. Little bit of a delay from 281. And then on 281 northbound, the off-ramp to get onto Tacoma and a right lane blocked with an accident. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, do give us a call on the traffic tip line at 210-785-2601. But pretty much most all our major freeway systems are starting to fill in for your usual morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
550 KTSA, celebrating America 250. Happy 250th. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, it's Sean here in Texas now offers subscription plans where you always have the latest technology for your hearing aids with locked-in pricing. Always the latest model. Make an appointment for a consultation today, 830-360-2000, hereinTexas.com.
Termites love this time of year. If you think you have termites, call Pied Piper Pest Control for a free inspection. Call 826-2030 or schedule online at sabugs.com. Pied Piper Pest Control, 826-2030.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
The Joe Pags Show, this afternoon at 5. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
That's all. Phil Collins and Genesis 822, Ware and Rima, KTSA.
We talk a lot about preachers who are arrested for preaching the gospel because they're doing it, I guess, where you shouldn't be doing it or what have you. It's a bunch of nonsense. And you and I don't think we've talked about this guy. A lot of people are just hearing about this guy over the weekend. Matthew Olson is the pastor at First Baptist Church, a First Baptist Church in Mississippi, the First Baptist Church of Sharon in Jones County. He's a 39-year-old guy. And there was, I guess in his recent background, he was in the woods, I assume camping for like 96 hours. He didn't have a Bible.
It was missionary work.
Missionary work.
Yeah.
So, and he felt like, I don't have my Bible. I wish I had my Bible. And so what he did is he preached from the gospel at his church for 96 hours straight.
Because that's how long he was in the woods.
He was in the woods for 96 hours.
Yeah.
So he says, for 96 hours, I'm going to preach.
Yeah.
And apparently he went from Genesis, first word of Genesis, all the way to the very end. I mean, he went through the whole Bible in 96 hours. He would take little tiny breaks. And this part of the story I think is really cool in that he did break the world's record, according to Guinness, for the longest, time spent preaching of anybody else that's come before him. But he felt he didn't want to pursue that because it would cheapen the message and also cost a lot of money. I guess you got to pay a certain amount of money, excuse me, to the Guinness people to do that. So he said, my point was not to win the record. My point was really just to do it and to show, or to preach the gospel of God, just to do it. And he did it for 96 hours straight. We think about our political idiots who will filibuster for a day and a half or something like this. And people call them brave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy went for 96 hours preaching from the Bible. Again, just small breaks. He did, in fact, break the world's record, but he's not pursuing. And I thought that was a cool part of the story. He's not pursuing the Guinness Book of World's Record.
Very cool.
Certification or whatever you call it, because he didn't want to cheapen the message.
That's a great story.
It really is.
And it reminded me of George Whitefield, who was the second Reformation here in our country, that he was largely responsible for. And, man, he would preach over 50 hours at a time underneath the trees. He didn't have a PA system. He didn't have air conditioning or none of that stuff. Whitefield was just in the field out there preaching to whoever would listen. And this guy reminded me of him. Now, listen to him
They
here.
brought that up in the article on Fox.
Oh, did
George
they?
Whitefield, yeah. His
Yeah.
sermons deeply influenced colonial America.
I loved Whitefield. Loved him so much. Anyway, this guy, here he is at the beginning and then at the end, and his voice stayed strong.
Just what you can expect. You can expect that because Jesus is worthy, we're going to point to him every moment. Because Jesus is worthy, we're going to give him the praise and the glory and the honor. Because Jesus is worthy, he's going to get the glory in this. Because here is the most important
Now this is him at the end where his voice is a little bit different.
point that I have tried to tell you every day for 96 hours. Yes, the Word of God is true. And yes, the Spirit of God is inviting. And yes, the Church of God is on mission. Jesus is worthy.
That's the end.
Jesus is worthy.
Now, looking at his mannerism, I don't know this guy.
That's the first I've ever heard of him.
Yeah. So, but looking at his mannerisms and his delivery style, he's a John Piper disciple. That's
John
who
Piper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Who's John
gosh.
Piper?
John Piper's a very, very famous Baptist preacher for a long time in Minneapolis. He doesn't have a pastorate now. He's kind of in his retired years. But he has written some of the most amazing works in Christianity.
Right.
And so, but the way Piper preached and still preaches, and his mannerisms and his voice, this guy watched a lot of John Piper over the years.
Well,
I love John Piper. I just think
I'll
he's
check him out. I'm
wonderful.
actually thinking about going Baptist. I got to have a Baptist church down the street. I've never been to a Baptist church, so I may check it out. But obviously the dude's a little emotional at the end there after 96 hours. I mean, that's amazing. Dude, I do 4 hours of talking on the radio, and I don't want to talk to anybody else once the day's over. After 4 hours, I'm like, done. I can't imagine going for 96 hours, but he was filled up with the Spirit, man.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing. and went through most of the Bible, as I understand, in the preaching.
Yeah.
Cover to cover.
Yeah.
in his preaching. So
That's
good on
phenomenal.
you, man.
If you ever want to read something by John Piper, since I brought him up, Desiring God, just get that book and read through Desiring God. It is a life changer. More Ware and Rima coming up. KTSA.
Mr. W Fireworks. Join Ware and Rima to celebrate America 250. Thursday, July 2nd from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. in the Alamo Lounge. Free breakfast and coffee from PJ's Coffee House. Plus, live music from the Rick Rice Band and more. It's also your chance to support the troops with your donations to Operation Appreciation. Celebrating America 250. Thursday, July 2nd from 7 till 9 with Ware and Rima in the Alamo Lounge. On News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Guests of Ware and Rima appear via the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars. People don't trust car buyers. People think the price is going to be wrong, and people think it's going to be a hassle. Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is what we do at GiveMeTheVin.com, and that's what makes us America's best car buyer. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com right now and get a quote on yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Need a new AC? Right Home Services has a complete install, up to 3 tons, for just $89.99. It's Martin Bomba from the KTSA Rock and Home Show. Call Right Home Services at 210-444-0000.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Get familiar with an easy way to Europe via nonstop flights to Toronto. Connect to Spain, Germany, and more with Air Canada and SAT. See fares and book today at aircanada.com.
My name is Lorraine. My husband and I run 3 businesses out of our home. I struggle with diabetes and Hashimoto's. My back, legs, and hips were constantly in pain. I was fatigued and had to take a nap every day just to function. I had seen several doctors, but none of them helped. They only gave me pills and nothing seemed to work. My husband heard about Dr. Torres in the Institute for Functional Health. He called and made an appointment for me. I broke down in tears because it was the most loving thing my husband could have done. After the first 3 weeks of the program, I was feeling better, and now everything has changed. My pain is gone, I have tons of energy, I've lost 30 pounds, I went from a size 14 to a size 8. No more pills and no more naps. People say, oh my gosh, I can see it in your face, you are glowing. It feels good to feel good again. Dr. Torres changed my life.
I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com.
Summer is the perfect time to refresh your home with beautiful new floors from Pride Floors. From luxury European oak to waterproof vinyl plank, all backed by a lifetime labor warranty. Visit our showroom today or visit our website at pridefloors.com.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
The U.S. and Iran are talking in Switzerland. We'll get the latest on what's happening at 9 o'clock. New leadership coming to the U.K. after the Labour Party's Keir Starmer announced his resignation. Now, the party wants another one of its own, but the English appear to go with another party, and it's one that lines up with President Trump. And soccer megastar Lionel Messi is in Dallas-Fort Worth for today's World Cup match against Austria at noon. KTSA News Time, 8:33.
Good morning. Got a few trouble spots as you head into your morning commute. This report sponsored by Aleve. An accident on 410 Frontage Road. Westbound at San Pedro has 2 right lanes blocked. Again, this is the Frontage Road. Your main lanes are getting by. 281 southbound at Bitters. That's a stall off to the shoulder. And 410 northbound at Ingram. That stall broken down in the right lane. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief, so don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Humid today with the clouds yielding to sun, the high of 93. Breezy this evening, otherwise remaining partly cloudy, warm and humid, the low 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Tuesday, it'll be hot and humid with sun, some clouds, and the high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
81 degrees and a real feel of 91 at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
I'm trying, Christian. I'm trying to stay connected. Maybe it's 8:34 now at KTSA. All right. So Tulsi told us before she walked out the door last week that Fauci caused COVID. And then Fauci covered it up. And Fauci worked with our U.S. intel agencies to cover it up. And she said, it's time you know the truth. It's her entire 5-minute video. I played it last Thursday. The entire thing is on the X account. I encourage you to go see it because, once again, she has left the evidence. I mean, a pile of books that she left for the Department of Justice to prosecute Anthony Fauci. Rand Paul says we should try that pardon in court because, number one, it was over an auto pen. Joe Biden didn't sign that. Right. He wasn't the president. So there's no way he could issue that pardon. The only one he signed was the one he said he wasn't going to sign, and that was for his son.
Right.
So it's now up to Todd Blanche, who so far has done a pretty good job. He was on Fox and Friends this morning. He's talking about what's going on in Chicago, and I'll explain in a minute.
Walk me through this. I know there's federal agents on the ground in Chicago, but you guys can't do your job unless y'all get cooperation from the local cops. The cops want to do it, but the politicians don't want them to.
Of course, exactly. So what you have is a situation in Chicago.
That's a significant statement there, Sean, at the beginning. Everybody, please listen to that. That's significant.
Unless y'all get cooperation from the local cops. The cops want to do it, but the politicians don't want them to.
Of course, exactly. So what you have is a situation in Chicago, and you can contrast that to Washington, D.C. So in Chicago, yes, there's federal agents there, and they're working cases, and they're doing great work. But when there's not a partnership with local leadership, it's not the cops on the ground. It's local leadership encouraging the federal government to come in and help. When that happened in D.C., as you just showed, it worked. We did it in Memphis, and it worked. And there you have coordination, you have people working together, and it is shocking. It is shocking that leadership want nothing to do with any help from the federal government, and yet they read the same papers we do. 36, 37 shootings in a couple of days, 8 people dead, many of them teenagers. And the governor, what's he saying about it? He's probably going to come out and criticize President Trump. That's his answer. And it's, look, we're going to keep on doing our job in Chicago and everywhere else, but we wish we had better support from leadership.
Walk me through this.
40 shot over the weekend in Chicago. Right. Several killed in Chicago. And his point is, without local leadership, that's why I was pointing that out, without local leadership jumping in and helping, they can't do anything about it. In other words, Trump just can't send the troops in and take over. In Memphis, he mentioned Memphis. Memphis was the murder capital of the United States of America at the time that Donald Trump sent the troops in there. Now it's clean and green and piece of cake. You can go through anywhere you want to in Memphis, Tennessee, thanks to Donald Trump and the local folks cooperating with the federales. And they've done a phenomenal job in Memphis. He mentioned D.C., which also deserves a lot of credit for what's happened in D.C. They're cleaning these places up. The reason that Johnson and Pritzker do not want to do it there in Chicago, they are Marxists. They are into the Marxist principle, the same as Barack Hussein. That principle is we have to have chaos in the streets. They are bringing about chaos by not prosecuting the bad guys. Johnson has said over and over again, you can't arrest these guys. So if you're taking a gun and you're wiping out a bunch of people in Chicago, well, we're not going to arrest you. And that's saying to those guys, just keep killing people. That brings about chaos in the streets, which they have now. Johnson was asked about it this morning, and he goes back and he blames a president who died in 1999.
So, yeah, it is personal. Black death has been unfortunately accepted in this country for a very long time. We had a chance 60 years ago to get at the root causes, and people mocked President Johnson. And we ended up with Richard Nixon.
Wow.
I'm going to work hard every day to transform this city. That's what it takes to build.
So Nixon died in 1999. He says it was Nixon's fault that they have black on blacks killing blacks in Chicago every single day. No, it's his fault. And it's J.B. Pritzker's fault.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, the relationship of local and state politicians to the open border and people coming in illegally and committing all kinds of horrible crimes. And, don't cooperate with those ICE guys, or don't cooperate with the federal folks because, they're racist or they're horrible or they're Trump people or whatever. You really need that relationship. You look at Chicago, I got to give a crap about black death, okay? It's black crime every day that kills people. Not specific. I'm talking about you're not addressing the actual problem of why you have crime and gun violence in a place like Chicago, just like you don't in Baltimore or any other city. All right, because you're not addressing the illegal guns. You're not addressing the gangs, okay? This guy doesn't want to address the actual problem of why 27 people got blown away in Chicago over the weekend. I think it was like from Friday to Saturday, right? It was like from Friday to Saturday. It was a very short period of time where you had a couple of massive drive-bys and a lot of people got shot. So don't tell me you care about black death. You're not doing anything about it in your own city.
Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker are using blacks to create this so that they have the chaos to which they can move in with their Marxist ideology. Folks, I know it sounds really conspiratorial, but please read what these guys are doing. This is an intentional action by these guys.
Well, absolutely, and they're using, let's put it even more in a more clear way. They're using some of the most vulnerable communities in this country to accomplish that.
You brought up and he's a black guy and he's using blacks.
That's so preen to me about black death, man.
So you mentioned the border. Okay, how many times did we hear over 4 years that Barack had his third term with the puppet president? How many times did we hear, well, we can't do anything down here at the border, nothing can be done? Alejandro Mayorkas, nothing can be done. We can't do anything about it. Well, let me tell you, since January of 2025, when Donald Trump assumed the office, we have now deported 900,000 illegal aliens.
Right.
900,000. It is a record high. And Mark Wayne Mullin said yesterday when they announced these numbers, you better leave on your own. That doesn't include those who self-deported. That's the ones we captured and we deported. You better leave on your own or I'm going to find you and I'm going to kick you out of this country. The border has been sealed up for 13 solid months now. We didn't need a program to do that. We just needed a new president, as Donald Trump said during the State of the Union address. They were using those people, bringing them here for the chaos that Marxism demands.
Urban crime is just like the open border and all the nastiness that comes along with it. It's intentional. You have a reason why you're doing that, okay? Again, Trump took care of it in 13 months, right? For 4 years, what did we hear? Oh, we need immigration reform. Oh, it's all about racism. Oh, it's about xenophobia. We can't do anything about it. The hell you couldn't. You didn't want to do anything about it because you wanted it to happen. It was intentional. Just like the crime in these cities is intentional. You want chaos. You want people screaming to the government. They want people screaming to the government for help because the cities are crime-ridden, but not if it's Donald Trump. If Donald Trump rolls in and cleans up the town, then that's somehow an act of racism. That is somehow a bad thing, like he did in D.C.
And somebody like a Brandon Johnson or J.B. Pritzker are doing exactly what the Democrats want done. They are working in conjunction. The Democrat Party has been handed over to the Democrat Socialists of America. They are the Socialist Party. Read their platform. Their words, not mine.
Oh, I agree.
Read their platform, and they are the ones that want to take over big business. Every top one, from Adam Schiff, I'm talking about the guys who are known nationally, from Adam Schiff to Ro Khanna, they have a plan to take Elon Musk's $1 trillion from him and spread it around to everybody. And they're all on television talking about that, and the TV stations are doing it. What is that? What is that? What is that? That's communism. These guys in these cities, like a Brandon Johnson, all they're doing is carrying out the Marx dream of putting chaos on the streets so that they can bring about their socialism in America, which is full-on communism.
That's why you want the crime and the chaos.
That's what they're doing.
Because you want people to beg you for, to shut it all down. And you want people begging you to take away their rights for safety's sake. And that's why they want the violence and the chaos.
We'll take a quick break. More Ware and Rima coming up. With Apple Pest Control, you don't have to worry about bugs or any other kind of creepy, crawly pest around your place. And that includes ringtail cats and squirrels and raccoons and all of that, too. Those can be more destructive than the little bitty ones. The little bitty bites, they're no fun at all. Especially if you're in a new neighborhood like we were and you end up with scorpions around there. And that was the first time I called Stan Goodson at Apple Pest Control was in 2003 when we bought the house that we're in right now. And we had a scorpion issue because it was a new neighborhood with all that construction going on. The scorpions were running crazy. Stan came out and the scorpions were gone. And so were all the other bugs too, man. I would find them dead around the house because they put this, they spray a barrier around your house. Number one, in the ground they put a barrier around your house for termites to keep termites away. That's amazing, and it lasts for many, many years. And then when they come back out every few months, they spray around your house, and that is an impenetrable barrier that these bugs cannot get through. It's an amazing job that they do at Apple Pest Control. Mention Trey Ware, and they'll take $25 off your initial visit. There are no contracts to sign, so every trip to your house, they earn your business. That's Apple Pest Control, 210-695-8946. Very warm and humid today, high of 95. It's 79 now at KTSA.
Good morning. Got a few trouble spots as you head into your morning commute. This report sponsored by Aleve. An accident on 410 Frontage Road. Westbound at San Pedro has 2 right lanes blocked. Again, this is the frontage road. Your main lanes are getting by. 281 southbound at Bitters, that's a stall off to the shoulder. And 410 northbound at Ingram, that stall broken down in the right lane. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day, but Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief, so don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Hi, this is Bob Webster, my friends at GeoSource. I'm so glad to be able to tell you about GeoSource because I've been looking for a long time for a company that produces top quality mulches and compost and soil mixes without biosolids. Well, GeoSource has quite an operation. Acres and acres of composting going on out there, and they've made the commitment to never ever use biosolids in their products. I've been buying a lot of their garden soil. We've created a new series of raised garden beds, and you simply wouldn't believe how the vegetables are growing in that GeoSource soil. They have several different kinds of mulch, from native mulch to double ground cedar mulch, and they have a fine compost. A lot of it made with vegetable waste and things they get from the grocery stores. Top quality stuff, but never any biosolids. GeoSource kind out in the country, you're welcome to pick up. They also deliver every day to San Antonio. Go to geosourceinc.com or give them a call at 830-336-2789. GeoSource.
Call 830-336-2789.
Not a lot of things in this world are free, especially a world with high inflation. But when it comes to financial education, I have something free for you. It's the Creating Richer Lives podcast. I'm Carl Eggers, your host. Find the podcast each week at creatingricherlives.com or on all major podcasting platforms.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Dave Ramsey here. When your AC quits, the plumbing backs up, or something electrical goes sideways, you need straight answers. That's why I recommend Champion Home Services. They handle heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. One company with no pressure and no games or upselling. Just honesty and clear pricing before anything starts. You see the purple Champion trucks and their belt buckle logo all over town. Champion believes in doing things the right way the first time. They show up on time, respect your home, they respect your money, and they do the work like professionals should, helping you sleep better at night. So when you need reliable AC, plumbing, and electrical help from people you can trust, call Champion Home Services at 210-528-1604 or go to championac.com. Trustworthy, Texas-proud home services, championac.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks, it's about comfort, safety, and function too. Safe Showers and Bathwise have joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more, including showers, tubs, flooring, and vanities. Get $1,500 off your new shower at newbathtoday.com.
At Ponderosa Ranch, your pup is our priority. Boarding, training, daycare, and bathing, we treat your dog like family. With 3 area locations, Ponderosa Ranch can't wait to be your pup's home away from home. Book their next day or stay with us at weloveyourdog.net.
Hey, it's Sean. Here in Texas now offers subscription plans where you always have the latest technology for your hearing aids with locked-in pricing. Always the latest model. Make an appointment for a consultation today, 830-360-2000, hereinTexas.com.
Stay on top of the latest news wherever you are. Stream KTSA on the go. This is News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Well, on July 4th, we're going to wrap up Operation Appreciation that we've been talking about here on KTSA with the Soldiers Angels. And as you well know, a couple of weeks ago, I went to our chief here and I said, hey, can we do a party in the lounge to wrap it up? He said, it's a good idea. So Rick Rice immediately said, absolutely. We've got several other acts that are going to come play and sing and have a good time. We're just going to do some fun stuff. We got hot dogs that are coming, which is going to be great, even though it's in the morning, right? We're going to have hot dogs. We're going to have coffee from PJ's. We're going to have cupcakes from Gigi's. And it's just going to be a good time from 7 to 9. We want you to bring the kids and everybody. It doesn't cost a thing, and it's two things. We're wrapping up Operation Appreciation, and we're celebrating the nation's birthday. That's July 2nd here at KTSA. So make your plans to join us. Amy Palmer is the CEO of Soldiers Angels, who we do this with every year, and she's joining us on the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline. Amy, good morning. Happy Monday to you.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I heard the cupcakes from Gigi's. I will be there for
that. Let me tell you, those are the best on the planet Earth, and they're making some special ones for us, so I can't wait to get them here.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Amy, let's talk about Soldiers Angels first of all, so everybody understands who you are and what you do.
Soldiers Angels is a national nonprofit. We were started by General Patton's family when one of the Pattons was deployed to Iraq after the initial invasion of Iraq. We send care packages to deployed service members. We support veterans with transportation, housing packs for homeless. Food is our biggest program. We're the largest food provider exclusively to veterans in the United States.
That's amazing. So what we've been asking for, obviously, are the little items that we can put in a CRAT bag and send over to these soldiers. And we talk to soldiers throughout the year and how much they absolutely love getting this stuff from you guys.
Absolutely. We have heard stories of just how much difference it made, especially during the holidays, where morale is low, they miss their families, they may not be receiving packages, and to get a package out of nowhere unexpectedly and hear your name at mail call when you didn't expect it is a real treat. And right now we're seeing an uptick, of course, in deployments and people registering with us, and so there's a really big need right now for supplies to be able to send those care packages.
And your need is twofold. I mean, you like people to drop off stuff for the care packages. These are everyday items that you and I take for granted, chewing gum, playing cards, things like that. But you also have a financial need because you have to physically send this stuff, right? You got to pay for the shipping.
Absolutely. We try to make it as easy as possible for people to contribute in the way that works best for them. And so people can drop off items at the drop-off locations that you all have listed. They can drop off at our office. They can actually do it through an Amazon wish list. They can donate monetary donations as well. We're able to get supplies at discounted prices because we buy in bulk, so we can buy a lot of those same items at a lower cost. But also the shipping. We spend about $20 a box to get them overseas, and so, that adds up after a while.
Thinking about the World Cup that's here and all the people from outside of our country that are visiting us right now, and they're walking into stores like Buc-ee's or even just regular grocery stores, or they're getting the little condiment packages, like the ranch dressing or ketchup, and they're freaking out over that stuff because they don't have that in their country. We take a lot of that stuff for granted, and the same is true with this. The stuff that we take for granted every day, you mentioned playing cards and chewing gum and stuff like that, our troops don't have access to that stuff. So this is the only access they would have to that. Also, they love getting the notes, every one of them. And we're on July 2nd, we're going to have a special table set up so kiddos can come in and write notes to the troops. Those notes are difference makers, aren't they, Amy?
They absolutely are, especially from children. When you see a hand-drawn note with magic markers, and just a special note, hope you're safe and hope you do well. It just really brightens their days. I've seen people send them where they have them clipped to the sides of their tents and little drawings from kids they don't even know. So it really does make a difference. And supplies you mentioned, even things as simple as deodorant, sometimes they can get them and sometimes they can't. And so, those are just really essential items in that kind of heat. And so, every care package we send includes those kinds of items just to make it a little bit easier on our troops.
You kind of answered my own question. I was going to ask you, is there an item that doesn't come readily to mind that they really enjoy receiving over there that people may not think off the top of their heads? But you just mentioned deodorant. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Deodorant is a big one, and socks. They go through a lot of socks because of the heat. And they throw them out, and the sand, and it gets in them, and it's hard to get out. And so they go through tons of socks, and there's really always a shortage, especially black socks, because that's what they have to wear with their uniforms. And so, getting black socks is really amazing. And things like beef jerky. They love the jerky strips and the jerky pieces and the Slim Jims, and it's a great protein to take out in the field with you as well. And of course, as you know, they're preserved, so they last forever. And so they love the jerky. But, downtime things like the playing cards you mentioned, crossword puzzle books, Sudokus, when you've got all that time, you're just sitting out there. Sometimes those things make it a little bit easier.
Foot powder for in those boots. I always buy those little packages of Dr. Scholl's foot powder, and you can just dump it down in there in the boot. They love that, man, because you can imagine the rankness of those boots sometimes they get, and you just dump a little foot powder down in there. But Amy, really seriously, we've talked to guys throughout the years that, especially like when Fallujah was hot and we were in the middle of that going on and all that, they would take those notes and they would fold them up and put them up inside their helmet or in their pocket on their gear or something like that. They would have that as sort of their guardian angel with them. So it's just it's a great idea. All the details are at KTSA.com. All the details are there at KTSA.com, what we need, where you can drop it. You can bring it to the radio station on the 2nd when we're going to be wrapping things up here July 2nd here at KTSA. And Amy, we will see you then there here at the radio station July 2nd, but it continues right now. Operation Appreciation with Soldiers Angels at KTSA.com. That's KTSA.com with all the details. When we come back, we got some other stuff. I'm going to play some more sound from J.D. Vance from this morning. We got some other sound we have not been able to get to so far this morning because we've been extremely busy with other stuff going on. I got some Tally stuff I want to talk about with Tallarico.
Tally. Trans Rico.
Good old Tally. So that's all coming up with Ware and Rima next. KTSA.
The Ramsey Reality Check is brought to you by Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net.
Here's Dave Ramsey with today's Ramsey Reality Check.
Too many people in business have become so shallow that they are merely transactional, not relational. The people on your payroll are not units of production. They are people. They have dreams and goals, hurts, and crises. If you trample them or don't bother to engage them relationally, you'll forever struggle in your operations. When in doubt, follow the golden rule.
For more common sense advice on life and money, go to DaveRamsey.com.
Listen, folks, roofing is one of those categories that if you don't go with someone you trust, it could end up costing you more in the end. That's why you need to call my friends at Stevens Roofing. These guys work all over South Texas, and I trust them to give you an affordable solution for all your roofing needs. They repair and install all kinds of roofing, including metal or composition, commercial or residential. Whether you have a simple leak or need a whole new roof, Stevens will take great care of you. You can count on competitive prices, and they'll communicate with you throughout the process. Stevens is licensed with the City of San Antonio. Plus, with any roof replacement, you'll get an instant savings of $300 and a free ridge vent. Folks, make sure maintaining your home is included in your budget, and when life happens, call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. That's 785-0994, or at stevensroofing.net. Tell them Dave sent you.
Hey, it's Sean. If your AC is struggling, my friends at John Wayne can help you fast. Call John Wayne for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical, one company for the whole house. You get straight answers and clear options with no pressure. Now, if you think you need a new AC system, get a free estimate from John Wayne. Especially if another company told you that you need a big repair or a full replacement, get a free second opinion from John Wayne. A second opinion can save you from replacing a system you might not need to replace. Plus, a free estimate helps you compare your options and make a smart decision. John Wayne can inspect your system, explain what's going on, and tell you what makes the most sense. They handle AC repairs and full replacements every day here in San Antonio. So call my friends at John Wayne or book an appointment online. Either way, it's easy to get on the schedule, and you can see these great coupon offers plus other current deals on the John Wayne website. Click coupons for details. Call them up today, 210-293-6700, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 9 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. Talks between the U.S. and Iran with mediators Pakistan and Qatar took place in a, quote, positive and constructive atmosphere. That's according to multiple reports this morning. A statement from the two countries added that discussions brought, quote, encouraging progress. The two countries agreed to form a high-level committee to give political oversight of the mediation process. Chief negotiators will brief the committee on a regular basis, and they're going to be taking the lead on nuclear issues, sanctions, and dispute resolution to ensure the memorandum of understanding is carried out effectively. May not come as much of a surprise, but UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is stepping down.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
Starmer made the announcement this morning, and many say he did not put the UK first. Mass migration is one issue creating backlash throughout the UK right now. And Starmer's ambassador to the U.S. reportedly had ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. We have more on this developing story at KTSA.com. We are just days away from the one-year anniversary of last year's deadly flood in the Hill Country. Now investigators are releasing their final report on the 4th of July flood along the Guadalupe.
The failures at Camp Mystic began long before the July 4th, 2025 flood, according to investigator Casey Garrett.
Nobody had any idea what they needed to be doing.
She says a lack of flood warnings and a delayed evacuation would lead to the deaths of 25 young campers and 2 counselors.
It was such a tragic disservice to these people that they were starved of information.
Camp Mystic had intended to partially reopen this summer, but public outcry has prompted officials to keep it closed.
Correspondent Jim Ryan. World Cup soccer continues today in Dallas as Lionel Messi and Argentina take on Austria at noon. The U.S. beat Australia Friday to advance to the knockout stage. They'll face Turkey on Thursday, Mexico playing Chechnya on Wednesday. KTSA News Time is 9:02.
Good morning. Just cleared one of our trouble spots. This report sponsored by Allstate. The accident on Loop 410 westbound at San Pedro was on the frontage road and tying up a couple of lanes. That just cleared. Do have a stall at 281 southbound at Divine off to the shoulder, and another stall west side, 90 eastbound Loop 410 right shoulder blocked. Wish you could save on home insurance with Allstate. You could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Hot and humid to kick off the new week with the clouds yielding to sun, the high at 93. Breezy and warm this evening, otherwise partly cloudy. Humid too, the low just down to 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 at Hill Country. Hot and humid again Tuesday with sun and some clouds, the high 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
81 degrees right now with a real feel of 92 at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
That's us. Right?
That is us. Yes, that's us. We're on.
In Boston, William Diamond Middle School, the principal is Johnny Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Cole. Now, if that's not a radio name, I ain't never heard of radio. Johnny Cole.
Johnny Cole.
Hey, 705, got Johnny Cole on the radio. Anyway, he sent out a letter and a statement apologizing to the Arab, Muslim, Palestinian, Lebanese students in his schools that were upset by a Holocaust lesson. You see, they had to do a history lesson on the Holocaust.
Oh, God.
And for those of you who felt like you were not seen, if you're a Muslim and you felt like you were not treated fairly in that story about the Holocaust, there's nothing about Muslims in the Holocaust, okay? That was Hitler and his goons who were killing 6 million Jews, including little children. Little children.
Yeah.
And by the way, many of them, this is an interesting little factoid that most people don't know, are tied to the modern-day abortion industry in the United States of America.
Well, they both have qualities of eugenics.
Well, but I'm talking about the people. The people. The people who developed the gas, in fact, that Hitler used, developed the techniques that are used in the same people that are used in modern-day abortions. Anyway, it's a side note. This guy was saying, we're just so sorry that we taught you about the Holocaust, and we may have offended you, so we're working on a program now to make sure that that's never going to happen again. You see, what you got to do is you got to erase that stuff. You can't have discussions of the Holocaust if you're going to hate Jews, and that's what they are. They got to hate Jews, so they can't talk about the worst atrocity that's ever happened against Jews.
They're being somewhat successful because, as you go through the generations, you and I grew up in an era where you learned a lot about World War II. You learned about the death camps in school. Not let alone the culture and and a lot of that stuff that was supportive.
Mm-hmm.
We got out of high school and we understood World War II and what happened. We had a working understanding about the death camps and the Holocaust. And I with each passing generation, man, they know less and less and less. And I agree. I think it's intentional.
Absolutely, it is, because they want people to go and end up hating the Jews.
How do you end up in 2026 with so many young people who are just totally fine with their anti-Semitism being put on display? They've been told to hate the Jews.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where we are in America today, where you've got a principal at a school who is just apologizing profusely for teaching the Holocaust in a school.
That's embarrassing.
It's ridiculous.
Why isn't a grown-ass adult embarrassed by that sort of thing?
I don't know. I
would be if I made such a claim.
Yeah. Representative Brandon Gill, I think he is awesome. I love this guy. And every time I get, when he is on a committee or something like that and speaking, if I don't see him live, I go back and find his stuff and watch him. He's worth it. He was on Fox over the weekend. He was talking about James Talley. And how come I'm not hearing it? I don't know why.
James
Tallarico.
Yeah.
James Tallarico.
People of Texas don't want somebody who believes that there are 6 sexes. They don't want somebody who believes that God is non-binary. They want somebody who's going to go to Washington and fight for them, not say that we should have a welcome mat on our southern border. They don't want somebody who believes that the federal government should use federal buildings to provide abortions for people. I mean, these are so far out there.
That is James Tallarico and what he believes. And Jasmine Crockett is still butthurt over getting beat by him in their primary. So she says, you ain't going to find me out there for him.
I will say it for the record. I am not currently running for U.S. Senate, and therefore you will not see me on the trail as if I am running for U.S. Senate. I am not running for U.S. Senate. Instead, what I have always said that I would do, whether I was the Senate nominee or otherwise, is that I will be helping down ballot candidates. But y'all are still so focused on me. Bro, like, I'm not running. I'm not running. I'm not running. I'm not running, okay? So, like, focus on the people that are in the race. So if you have this urge to be like, oh, Jasmine this, Jasmine that, maybe use that energy towards Kim Paxton this, Kim Paxton that.
You hear that?
Yes.
Jasmine Crockett is promoting Ken Paxton.
Because last time I checked, no matter how much I end up being a part of the conversation, there is one person that is guaranteed not to become the next senator in the state of Texas, and that's Jasmine Felicia Crockett.
Felicia.
Oh, my God.
Her middle name is Felicia. Bye, Felicia. So she... That's her middle name.
Oh,
Felicia.
I know.
So she's not going to get in there and help. You need to focus on Ken Paxton. Okay. All right.
Well, we will, Jazz.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't
Appreciate
think we're going to
that.
do it in the way that you intended with your comments there, but God, the level of self-importance with that chick is just nauseating, man.
Yeah. But this shows the division that they have over there. Now, look, in all fairness, Republicans have it too, because John Cornyn could have recorded that same video because he ain't going to lift a finger to help Ken Paxton, okay?
Right.
He's a sour old man at this point. And, John, that's not healthy for you, baby. Come on back to San Antonio where you're from, where you sowed your roots, and get in here and enjoy yourself.
But see,
man.
Cornyn and Jasmine have one quality in common, and I just mentioned it, a level of self-interest, and self-importance. Okay, both of them could have taken their defeats to support,
sure.
who the party favorite, and they're not doing it.
And Cornyn said he was going to.
And Cornyn lied his ass off, I guess, on
Said he
election
was
night
going
when he
to.
said he was going to do it.
J.D. Vance said over the weekend, President Trump expects the cabinet to project professionalism. So, the suit of the day is the Navy suit with a solid tie. Trump wears a solid tie almost every day. Now, I did find a picture of him this weekend. It's the only one I could find where he didn't have a solid tie on. It's kind of like a really faded polka dot tie.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks solid from a distance. But it's the Navy suit, the white shirt that is pressed and well cared for. It's the solid tie. And please, 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 black shoes. If you ever wear brown shoes around that man, he is going to humiliate you. And he does it in front of people. He even did it to Don Jr. a few days ago.
Oh, did he?
Don was wearing an open collar shirt. In a wide collar, open collar shirt. He had a blazer on because you better have a blazer on around Donald Trump. He had a blazer on, but he had an open collar with a wide collar. And Trump turned around and said to his own son, that sure is a wide collar you got on there. That's how he does it.
I could never work for Donald Trump. I'd be his worst. I would irritate the crap out of him.
Yes.
But you're right. He demands excellence. It's who he is. If you're working for him, he demands that you be the best you can possibly be. And that's kind of, we've known that about him for a long time.
And you got these turds that are all over Washington, D.C., destroying his work. He's cleaning up Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
This pool, this reflecting pool is the latest thing. And they came right behind him and dumped a bunch of chemicals in there to destroy it. Now, again, that's your life. That's who you are in life. You don't have something better to be doing with your life than dumping chemicals in a in a federal park, by the way, you're dumping chemicals in there because you're so upset about who the president is? Really?
You know what? If a Democrat president did the exact same thing, okay, they would be horrified by that behavior. They would be absolutely horrified.
Well, the Democratic president did try to clean that pool up, and they supported it. Oh, look how beautiful this is.
That's right. And he spent a lot of money. He didn't really do anything at all.
$48 million.
But again, who do you have? $48 million. Who do you have to be that you want to screw up the reflecting pool because it'll make Donald Trump look bad?
And it doesn't make him look bad.
Well, no, it doesn't.
Right, that's their intent. You're right.
But it's almost a primal hatred that they have of the guy.
But is it a felony? It's a felony, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's federal property.
So far, they got 30 people under arrest.
Needs to put them away.
Judge Dean said they're fullest extent of the law, man. Trump said years and years and years you'll go away.
In fact, let's listen to Judge Janine.
Anyone who was in a position of vandalizing or attempting to vandalize the reflecting pool will face the criminal justice system in D.C. Look, the president has made it a priority to make D.C. not only safe but beautiful.
Bricks and bars, bricks and bars, bricks and bars. For this person in a dinosaur costume yesterday, holding a sign that says Team Algae and screaming at members of the National Guard protecting the pool.
Let's go, Algae! Let's go!
If you can't hear that, it's Let's Go Algae.
So the National Guard could come and watch fun scam! $1.1 million a day so the National Guard could come and watch fun scam! Don't try to find something to arrest me for, aren't y'all?
She's trying to get arrested. She wants her clicks. All right. Colombia, they had an election this weekend. There were 52 million people that voted in their election this weekend.
Are they done counting votes?
Jimmy, they had the results released within hours. In fact, just a couple of hours.
Right.
52 million people. California has still not finished. In fact, they will not, they have 39 million people, so far less than Colombia does. They will not certify their and quit counting until July 10th. 5 weeks after the election happened. Folks, if you can't see what California is doing, you are choosing to be intellectually dishonest about this. California waits 5 weeks to count their votes
insane.
Because they are accepting new ballots to do what they need done. Hey, Sean's got 555,000 votes over here. I need 551,000 from you guys. That's what they do.
Again, you either got to be really stupid, corrupt, or from California not to see what's going on. Okay, the ballots mysteriously appear where they need them. We saw this when they did the same damn thing to Trump. Okay, you need some more ballots over here. 5 weeks is insane. Colombia did it in how long? Was it
just
one
couple
day?
Hours.
Couple of hours? Yeah. There's no reason why we can't do the exact same thing, except they want to cheat.
Ron DeSantis does it every single time.
Yep.
They close the polls at 7 o'clock out there. By 8 or 8:30, they know who is going to represent them in Florida. Put him in charge of California. Put Ron DeSantis in charge of the elections in California.
It's just absurd. We've been at this election thing for 250 years, and all of a sudden in the modern era, we can't pull it off.
They're doing it on purpose.
You know what's funny, Sean, is that the winner of the presidential election in Colombia is very Trumpian, is what they're saying.
Oh, really?
And so they're getting
that is correct.
They're getting their stuff together instead of the other
right, because they know.
Because homeboy's coming into office and he ain't playing.
He's about to end.
He's melee to the 10th power.
Right,
this guy's amazing.
Yep.
Okay, one more thing about the World Cup, and I love it. Here is a guy who represents the World Cup here in the United States, Jesse Bradley. He is the U.S. men's national team's historic World Cup guy. Here he is.
What's also exciting is how this team is inspiring the nation with their faith. We've never seen them gather for prayer after matches, and that's what they're doing. Their faith going online with social media, sharing about their Bible study. Mark McKenzie leads those prayer times, and you can check out his full story, justchoosehope.org, our website, 40 Days of Victory, our summer Bible study for the nation. But, Rich, I would say we're seeing a generation, and it's really symbolic with this team, that is not ashamed of their faith, that they want to live consistently, publicly, privately, and Bible sales are up. Gen Z is going to church 1.9 times a month, baby boomers 1.4. So the good news, Jesus died for our sins, he's risen, and they're just sharing it with everyone. God loves you, and there's no greater news. Soccer, it brings us together, but Jesus satisfies the soul.
Yeah, God loves you, and God wants you to come home. And the U.S. men's soccer team are taking a knee and praying after every match. It's called a match, right?
Think about,
it's a match.
Think about why other athletes have taken a knee for a dramatically different reason.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, and they're very happy with it, and so am I. Continue to spread the message. God loves you, and he wants you to come home. Nightly Insurance Group, Nightly with a K. When you choose a Medicare plan, there's something that most people really don't think about. Who are you going to call next year when you have a question, or when your prescription changes, or when your doctor leaves the network? Who are you going to call? That's why I recommend Nick Nightly Insurance Group. Nick isn't just here to help you enroll in Medicare, although that's a big deal. He's here to help you long after that enrollment as well. As a local independent Medicare broker serving San Antonio and the Hill Country, Nick and his team help clients review their coverage, understand their options, and get the answers that you need. No call centers, no pressing zero to speak to a human, just a local person who knows you and is happy to help. So, whether you're turning 65 or already on Medicare, Nick will help you understand your choices, and his help is absolutely free. Book your appointment at nightlyinsuranceGroup.com. Again, that's Nightly with a K, free Medicare help, local guidance, real people, nightlyinsuranceGroup.com. Very warm and humid today, 95 for the high right now, 80 at KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we do have a couple of trouble spots, a couple of stalls that are off to the shoulder. So main lanes are getting by 281 southbound Divine Road, north side, and on the west side at 90 eastbound 410, right shoulder blocked with a broken down vehicle. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about this midday, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll go and check it out, 210-785-2601. But for the most part, your midday commute looking good. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Breaking news, bold analysis, and the stories shaping our future. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Upgrade your backyard with the custom patio cover from Precision Windows and Doors. Call us at 210-596-6588. PrecisionWindowsSA.com.
I don't know anybody that really looks forward to going to the dentist, but I can tell you when Dr. Williamson is your dentist, it will certainly be much more pleasurable. He's just a nice guy. Even more important than that, he is so competent. He is so broadly trained. So many of today's dentists want to send you out to a specialist. If it's anything more than cleaning and filling, Dr. Williamson is that specialist, and he can handle just about anything right there in the chair in his office. You're not running off to see 10 different people. You're going in to see Dr. Williamson and his staff, and they're taking care of whatever your dental needs are, be it a simple cleaning or whitening, or be it much more complex dental surgery if necessary. You just almost have to go visit to understand the difference. If you're looking for a dentist, if you're new to town and want to start with the best one I think you'll find, well, you just need to call 341-2569. 210-341-2569 for Dr. Williamson and Associates.
Working to build wealth doesn't mean you get to sit around and do nothing and then watch the money roll in. No, it requires discipline. It requires hard work. You have to plan for your money before you spend it. As an example, pest control. Come on, folks, you live in Texas. Your insects are the size of birds. Pest control shouldn't be an emergency. It should be a line item in your budget. Call my friends at Apple Pest Control. The only reason I recommend Apple is I trust these guys. I know that they can get rid of the scorpions and wasps that are currently invading San Antonio homes and any other pests that you might have. I also know that Apple offers services that fit every budget, which makes me feel good knowing my listeners will be treated well. Give Apple Pest Control a call today, 695-8946. That's 695-8946, or at applepestcontrol.com. Apple Pest Control. If it bugs you, it bugs Apple. And tell them Dave sent you.
It's just as friendly and a little cooler. Introducing nonstop flights to Toronto with Air Canada from San Antonio International Airport. See fares and start booking at aircanada.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation. which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At the Law Office of Sean C. Brown, we've been representing clients for over 25 years. This is Sean Brown. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call me today at 210-224-8200 or visit SeanBrownLaw.com. That's SeanBrownLaw.com.
San Antonio has deep pride in our military families. At Connecticut Quality Water Softeners, supporting those who serve means a great deal to us. That's why we are proud to partner with Operation Appreciation, collecting care package items for deployed service members through July 4th.
Next time you're at the store, pick up items troops can use and enjoy. Beef jerky, trail mix, drink mixes, gum, tuna pouches, or crackers.
Practical items matter too, like travel-size toothpaste, toothbrushes, facial tissues, hand lotion, razors, and pens with notebook paper.
These small comforts and everyday needs remind a service member that people back home care.
Bring your donation to our Connecticut office or hand it to our team when you see a Connecticut truck around town. Every Connecticut truck is a donation spot.
And right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink.
Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country at 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut, proudly supporting Operation Appreciation on KTSA.
San Antonio's conservative superstation. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
With Ware and Rima.
You know, we were very fortunate when we first went on the air. JD was speaking live from Lucerne and talking about, this roadmap to peace, next 60 days, right? If you were, and there he is on Fox right now, if you were basing everything you knew about this, at least the developments over the past few days, based on JD this morning, you think things were just going along swimmingly. But it was actually a very busy weekend, right? They were going to close the strait. Then Donald Trump is saying, hey, I'm going to blow the S out of you. You're not even going to make it back to your, blanking country. Then they come back, and it's back and forth. If you process all of this through the lens of, well, this is a setup. This is the Trump administration. This is our guys. Now, of course, the team is handling the actual negotiations. That's why JD's the face of this thing with Kirshner and the other guys. And you're just looking at it through the perspective of, well, we know they're not going to abide by any of this. JD was talking this morning about international inspectors looking at their nuclear program and all that stuff, which they've been through before. And they lied their asses off if they even let them in the country to look at the nuke programs and the systems. Okay, you look at this memorandum of understanding. You know they're not going to abide by any of it. You know they're going to violate this thing. And if you look at it from the good cop, bad cop perspective that you put out earlier, okay, it's like they're trying to trap them into violating it, because then Donald Trump, you can't come back to him if he has to go heavy-handed and really just erase the regime from the earth, which is what you're going to have to do. You're not going to ever, you're right, you're never going to be able to negotiate with these people at all. So you come up with this 14-point memorandum of understanding, or 13-point, whatever it is. You know they're going to violate it. After they violate it, you can then say, if you're Donald Trump, well, I've got to go in, I've got to erase them. There's no way that we can negotiate. And he's exhausted every diplomatic opportunity. So it's kind of interesting to watch. Well, a roadmap, in 60 days. You know it's not going to happen that way. You know none of this is really going to happen with this regime. And that ultimately you're going to have to go in and just get rid of them.
Donald Trump plays chess. The rest of them, I don't know what they're playing, Yahtzee or something else, They don't realize that they are being set up by the master at this, and he always has been the master. He looks at all sides of a Rubik's Cube before he makes his first move, and then he's like 20 moves down the road before they even realize that a move is being made. So he has set this up perfectly to become the guardian angels. Even
you said that, yeah.
Sending Lindsey Graham out on Friday afternoon after a 4-hour meeting to put that out there. That, okay, you know what? If they screw this up, we're going to bomb the S out of them. You won't have an effing country anymore. And we are going to take over the Strait of Hormuz and keep 20% of the oil that flows through there for us. Then all the investments, meaning $300 billion in investments that are made, and the money that is released, these sanctions, is going to come to us because you have to buy your soy and your other materials from the United States. He is setting this up perfectly to basically make Iran a ward of the United States, that they'll be totally reliant on us. It's beautiful.
Well, that's what I was saying last week after they released the memorandum of understanding. It's like, well, very obviously they're going to violate this stuff. So why do it? Why even bother with it? Well, because you're, in a sense, setting them up for this. Mike Pence is out there saying, oh, it sounds like capitulation or appeasement or whatever. I don't understand why the Iranians don't see it coming, but maybe they're just not that smart. But why there's so many people in this country like Mike Pence and like a lot of other Republicans who are wringing their hands saying, oh, Trump is giving in to them. It's like, have you not been paying attention to this guy for the past 10 years?
Because they don't want to, Sean.
I guess not.
No, they don't want to. They do not want to give him credit for anything. They don't want to have they will not allow themselves one little molecule in their brain that gives him a nice thought. So anytime they see anything that he does, and Pence is one of the worst at this too. Pence thought that January 6th was all about him. Well, Pence, if you got a problem with January 6th, you need to call up the FBI, the CIA, and a couple of other intel organizations in D.C., because that was their op. That wasn't Donald Trump's operation. He's still butthurt over that. But that's the reason why. None of these people can give Donald Trump 1 second of daylight saying he's doing a good thing.
It must be because, and you know, just the this deal is horrible, and they're never going to they're going to violate this left and right. It's like, yeah, maybe that's the point.
Well, what I'm saying is that Mike Pence and the others that are poo-pooing it, they're playing into Trump's hands, because when he goes in and bombs the S out of them, which he's going to do, when that happens, they have no gripe. You're right. That was a terrible thing, and they violated it, so I wiped them off planet Earth.
That's what I was saying last week. It's like, it's so obvious. It's right there in front of you. But again, people get blinded by their own politics and egos, and they, again, what in Donald, and was it Lindsey Graham, I think, said that, what in Donald Trump's record in his life tells you that, like you say, he's not always thinking 3 or 4 steps down the road, and that he would bluff. Okay, they're out there wringing their hands like he's somehow stumbling through this, and like he's took on more than he should have. And it's like, wait a minute, have you not been paying attention to this guy for the past 10 years at least?
It's exactly what the New York Times said yesterday in their piece, that the United States bit off more than they can chew, and now they don't know what to do. Oh, bullcrap. We know exactly what we're doing. Well, let me tell you about my friends over at Wealth Watch Advisors. There are so many drive-through investment firms out there. You hear about them all the time. They're on every street corner in San Antonio. But who can you trust with your hard-earned money? Well, that is Wealth Watch Advisors. They're a different kind of planning firm. They focus on so much more than just investments. They are fiduciary advisors, and they take the time to really understand all of your estate and the concerns that you have. And I'm talking about everything from tax mitigation to estate and legacy planning to retirement income mapping, insurance concerns, and everything else. They put it all together for you, because what works for me and my investment strategy that we have put together is not going to work for you. Your stuff is completely different, and you know that. And so as a fiduciary advisor, they take a look at everything there, and then they come up with an option for you that'll work for you, okay? And every client has a customized plan. That's what I really love about Wealth Watch Advisors. They don't just do cookie cutter, here's the same thing for everybody. No. You got a customized strategy for you. Why don't you just do what I did and schedule a quick conversation with Wealth Watch Advisors, and just see if it makes sense for you. 210-249-5360 or wealthwatchadvisors.com. The message is a paid endorsement. Investment advisory services are offered through Wealth Watch Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.
550 KTSA and FM 1071 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
In the 80s, fashion was rad and music was cool. But if your AC isn't cool, that's totally bogus. It's Martin Bamba from the KTSA Rockin' Home Show. For AC repair or a full install, call Right Home Services right now and get a complete AC install up to 3 tons for just $89.99. That's a limited time deal with serious savings. Right has the right team, the right price, and the right stuff. Call Right Home Services at 210-444-0000. They bring the cool.
The right stuff.
At Here in Texas, we are proud to serve veterans and now accept TRICARE for active duty, retired military, and their families. Supporting the military community is personal to us. That is why we are honored to be an official partner of KTSA's Operation Appreciation, benefiting Soldiers Angels and supporting deployed service members. You can help. The next time you're at the store, pick up a few simple items like gum, drink mixes, tuna pouches, toothbrushes, travel toothpaste, facial tissues, or hand lotion. Then bring your donation to Here in Texas, in New Braunfels, or our new location in Dripping Springs, now through July 4th. Every item sends a message to a deployed service member. You are remembered. You are appreciated. You are not alone. At Here in Texas, our work is about helping people stay connected to the voices and moments that matter most. Call 830-360-2000 or visit hereintx.com. Here in Texas, HEAR, your next step to hearing life again.
If you're thinking of dental implants, have you ever called a dental implant center and asked for a price? A lot of them will offer a free consultation, but that often turns into a sales pitch. Most patients spend more time with the finance department than the doctor, and you're not buying a car, you just want to feel better. At River City Oral Surgery, they do things differently. They believe in health care built on trust, respect, and real patient care by a board-certified oral surgeon and medical doctor who lives here in our community. River City is not part of a corporate chain. There are no sales goals or quotas, no finance department. They even give their prices online at rivercityoms.com or over the phone. The goal is simple: to help patients achieve a healthier, natural, more confident smile. So if you're considering dental implants, you can trust River City Oral Surgery online at rivercityoms.com or 210-778-0002. For a local doctor you can trust River City Oral Surgery.
Hi, this is Bob Webster for my friends over at Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. It's just quality is such a hard thing to find in today's world. I mean, there are so many roofers around that, they're here one day, gone the next. Putting on those old shingle roofs that wear out after a few years or after the first hailstorm. Why not get the last roof you will ever put on your home? A beautiful roof from Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. I mean, the gap in price between metal and shingles has come way down. Southwest Metal Roofing System roofs are an amazing value, extremely well priced, best guarantee in the industry. They're going to save you money on your energy bill every month because they're so energy efficient. Plus, most homeowners insurance companies give you a discount because they know they're never going to have to replace that roof. Plus, it's a darn good looking roof. Lots of choices of color, lots of choices of looks, but all with the same great quality. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems, 822-6868 is the number. Give them a call for the best roof in the industry. I have the pleasure of talking to you once again about Fanix Nursery and Garden Center. Golly, how many years have I known Fanix? Not as long as they've been here. Approaching 85 years since old Grandpa Eddie Fanix started it. And let me tell you, today, well, it's never been better. More organic than ever, more selection than ever, wider range of products. Mike and Mark have just done such an incredible job along with their staff over there. They've got all the organic products you're looking for, the compost, the mulch, the fertilizers. They also have that Ego lithium-ion battery-powered equipment. If you're looking for something to make your garden grow better, to make your landscape more beautiful, to make your farm and fields healthier, you just need to go see Fanix. Right where they've been for about 85 years now, over on Home Green Road, just off South W.W. White. You can always visit them online if you'd like at Fanick, F-A-N-I-C-K, FanickNursery.com.
Fanix Nursery and Garden Center. Visit FanickNursery.com.
Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
Garage door stuck? Cable snapped? Spring broken? That door's not fixing itself. Precision Garage Door of San Antonio offers same-day repairs, weekends included. Live operators answer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One fix. Call Precision Garage Door.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
The war may be over between the U.S. and Iran as peace talks continue in Switzerland, but it seems to some like there's a war in Chicago. Dozens were shot over the weekend, 6 people dead, city Democrats blaming the problem on so-called illegal guns. And a suspect on the loose after a woman was sexually assaulted over the weekend. Details on these stories and others coming up 10 o'clock, KTSA News Time, 9:36.
Good morning. Looks like a new trouble spot as you head into the downtown area. This report sponsored by Lowe's. Some debris reported on 35 lower level northbound at Laredo. It is taking up a left lane. Still have that stall at 410 eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto Broadway. That broken down vehicle is off to the shoulder of the exit ramp. Upgrade your cookout game this July 4th at Lowe's. Save $50 on a select Pit Boss DX Smart electric smoker. Now just $249. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
Clouds will give way to sun to kick off the new week. It'll be hot and humid with the high of 93 today. Breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy, remaining warm and humid. The low just 78 along the Riverwalk and 75 in Hill Country. Hot and humid again Tuesday with sun, some clouds, and the high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Right now 82 degrees, but the real feel up to 94 at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
All right, it's 9:37 with Ware and Rima, KTSA, July 2nd at KTSA on Eisenhower Road. Big party from 7 to 9 a.m. Celebrate America, 250 years, and wrap up Operation Appreciation. Mr. W Fireworks is sponsoring that day, but also sponsoring Operation Appreciation is, of course, Quarter Moon, AC and Plumbing, are great people over there, and our friends at HEAR, HEAR, here in Texas. They're sponsors of Operation Appreciation. We're going to wrap it up there. We're going to have a special table for the kiddos to write the letters to the troops so they can send them over there. You can bring stuff that morning if you want to, little bags of cookies and stuff like that we can send to the troops. That'd be awesome. We're going to have hot dogs that morning. In fact, we got a cooker that's going to get up at 4 a.m. and cook all them hot dogs.
Nice.
And we're going to have Gigi's Cupcakes. They're making special cupcakes for us for that morning. All of this is while supplies last, so I recommend you get here early to take advantage of that, because once we're out, we're out. So we're going to buy a ton, but, you never know. So we're going to have free PJ's coffee. Rick Rice Band is going to come play. We've got some other musicians and some other talents that's going to come in and do some other stuff throughout the morning to celebrate our country. So we just want you to come and have a good time. It's all free of charge, and it's family-friendly for the whole family. I mean, if you're 90,000 years old or you're just about 2, I don't care. We want everybody here to have a good time that morning to celebrate the greatest country that's ever existed.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to the website, ktsa.com, for all the information. Are you going to sing? Are you still planning on singing?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that, and we got some others that are going to play and sing. So, we're going to have a good time with that. So, and Rick Rice always brings it. That band is just as tight as they could possibly be.
Absolutely.
If you haven't gone to one of their clubs where they play a gig, they do that steak night, the Cowboy thing out in 11th Street Cowboy Bar in Bandera. They also play the Martini Club, which is behind North Star Mall a lot. They're all over the place. Texas Star Inn.
My neighborhood Star Inn all the time. Yeah.
What's the steak night?
Huh?
Steak night?
This is a cool thing that they do out there at the 11th Street Cowboy.
What's that?
In Bandera. You bring your own steak. They have the fire going.
Oh, wow.
So you bring a big old ribeye, whatever.
Right.
T-bone, your choice, whatever. You go to H-E-B or wherever and buy it, bring it, and they'll cook it. And they'll cook the potato and the whole thing there, and they'll flip it and cook it the way you want it cooked, put it on a plate, and Rick's up there playing. Really cool deal.
That is cool.
Omar's husband. Ilhan Omar's husband. This is the guy that for over 20 years he's been a consultant in Washington, D.C. For over 20 years.
Right.
He originally, a couple of years ago, said that he was making X amount, and then all of the sudden, it jumps up to $30 million. And they've got a winery, and they got a this and a that and the other for $30 million. So then it gets a little interesting. People get their eyes on Ilhan, and they go, well, she married her brother to make him come into the country to get around our immigration laws. And now we got to look in. How does she go from $60,000 in debt to $30 million in riches like overnight? Well, we know what that is. And I'm going to play you some Todd Blanchard in a minute. But now that the attention is being turned on Ilhan Omar by Trump, by Congress, they're looking into how she jumped up. Suddenly, she's penniless.
Right.
Suddenly, it's worse than penniless. Suddenly, she's back to being at about $30,000 to $40,000 in debt. And her husband, instead of making $30 million, makes $200 a year. An entire year after being a consultant in D.C. for over 20 years. I gotcha.
I saw that. If you're going to lie, at least try to lie a little better than that. You know what I mean? It's so the extremes this chick goes through. First, it was, the tens of millions of dollars that they earned was, an accounting mistake. Now you're trying to tell me your DC consultant husband makes $200. Oh, come on, man. A year, and they live off her income and all that crap. I saw that story over the weekend. If you're gonna lie, polish it up a little and make it at least somewhat believable. But she's not even trying.
Well, she's filthy dirty.
Well, yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And so Todd Blanchard is talking about the fraud that's out there. This was him this morning on Fox and Friends.
Let's talk about some of the fraud that's going on across the country. We're talking about, in one case, $1.2 billion. I know you guys have in the Department of Justice an attorney general that strictly focuses on that. Y'all got this person. They were hiding in the Philippines. How did y'all get them back to the country?
Again, it was a good local partnership with the FBI, working with us and working with our international partners and making this a priority. So we are getting fraudsters in jail a priority. And this guy had pled guilty many years ago in 2019 and then fled. And he's responsible for over $1 billion of fraud. And so that's one example of the hundreds of examples. And just in the past 2 months, we've managed to bring $5 billion back to the coffers of this government that was just stolen by these fraudsters. So
the Democrats, I believe,
we're going to keep.
All right, thank you. The Democrats, I believe, have been running a theft ring using our tax money to do that. And this is what we're catching up to now. $5 billion already back from that. We've clawed it back.
Well, and again, just look at her lies and everything that we've heard from her about all of this stuff. And there's an inherent insult and a comfortability. In other words, she's totally fine with the idea that, it was a CPA screw up. We only made $200. They're such stupid lies. She's so fine with it because they've been so comfortable for so long. Nobody's gone after them. Nobody's dug into this stuff in any measurable way. That's why you have this level of fraud in this country, and God knows what the final number will be.
When the Democrats are running the show, they're not going to go after their own people.
They don't go after it. Well, in the political establishment in general.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of Republicans probably involved in that, too.
Oh, yeah. 85-year-old hot rod grandpa in Leesburg, Florida. There was a red Corvette racing a gray sports car going 125 miles an hour. Turns out that William Bosworth was the 85-year-old grandpa driving the gray car, smoking a cigarillo while he was doing so.
Oh, God.
He was arrested and charged with excessive speed. Speaking of speed, 250 runners, the number is significant, 250 runners, left San Francisco in June 14th. They're carrying the flag of the United States. They're running all the way across the United States. They are going to go across multiple states. They're going to end up in Washington, D.C. by July 4th. It's 12 miles each runner, 162 miles per day. 9-minute miles is what they're turning in as they're carrying the flag all the way across the country, and it's all to honor fallen vets and to bring attention to them. That's fantastic.
That is very cool.
Let's take a break. We'll talk with Jack Riccardi next. We will see what's on his mind coming up. I want to tell you about New Bath Today. At New Bath Today, they can remodel your entire bathroom, not just your shower. And I've talked to a lot about how Safe Showers is incredible, and that's what they do. It's the same people, the same company, but they have changed their name because why? Because now they have expanded into doing the entire bathroom. Whether you're looking for a safer walk-in shower or an easier-to-use all-around bathroom, New Bath Today can help you stay comfortable and confident in your own home so you don't have to move out, right? You can stay right there and age in place if that's important to you, and I know it's important to a lot of folks. Or maybe you're still young and you just want a new bathroom. They can do it all at New Bath Today. Right now, qualified buyers, check this out. $0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 24 months. 2 years, you can use their money and really enjoy your bathroom. Plus, New Bath Today will provide a free quote that's good for up to a year. So you can get that quote now from New Bath Today at newbathtoday.com and decide, you know what, I'm going to take a trip this summer. I got some other stuff planned for the summer. I'll do this in the fall. Well, that price is still going to be good for you in the fall for 1 solid year. So why don't you do it? Why don't you have them come out and give you a free quote on your bathroom remodeling project from newbathtoday.com. That's newbathtoday.com. Very warm and humid, high of 95 today. It's 81 now, KTSA.
Good morning. Got some debris in the roadway if you're headed into the downtown area. This report sponsored by Lowe's. A heads up on 35 lower level northbound at Laredo Street. Left lane blocked with some debris in the roadway. Also, Bandera northbound, that on-ramp from 1604. The entrance ramp partially blocked. Apparently, there's a large metal trash can that's blocking the entrance ramp. And 410 eastbound, the off-ramp to Broadway. That's a stall. Right shoulder of the exit ramp blocked. Upgrade your cookout game this July 4th at Lowe's. Save $50 on a select Pit Boss DX Smart Electric Smoker. Now just $249. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
Summer is the perfect time to refresh your home with beautiful new floors from Pride Floors. From luxury European oak to waterproof vinyl plank, all backed by a lifetime labor warranty. Visit our showroom today or visit our website at pridefloors.com.
Here in Texas, we are proud to serve veterans and now accept TRICARE for active duty, retired military, and their families. Supporting the military community is personal to us. That is why we are honored to be an official partner of KTSA's Operation Appreciation, benefiting Soldiers Angels and supporting deployed service members. You can help. The next time you're at the store, pick up a few simple items like gum, drink mixes, tuna pouches, toothbrushes, travel toothpaste, facial tissues, or hand lotion. Then bring your donation to Here in Texas, in New Braunfels, or our new location in Dripping Springs, now through July 4th. Every item sends a message to a deployed service member. You are remembered. You are appreciated. You are not alone. At Here in Texas, our work is about helping people stay connected to the voices and moments that matter most. Call 830-360-2000 or visit hereintx.com. Here in Texas, HEAR, your next step to hearing life again.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I love my Connecticut water softener. Dave here, and yes, I own a Connecticut. Other water softeners just can't measure up. So if your old unit keeps breaking, leaking, or burning through salt, stop paying for frustration. A Connecticut doesn't run on electricity. It powers itself using your water flow and only cleans itself when needed, not on a timer. And Connecticut backs its efficiency claims with independent testing through the Water Quality Association. Connecticut protects your plumbing and appliances. It helps dishes and fixtures stay cleaner and leaves your skin and hair feeling better. And right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. For clean, pure water 24/7, call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE, and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
ConnecticutSA.com. License number 38961.
Eddie, why are you lounging in the backyard wearing sandals and sipping iced tea like you just checked into a fancy resort?
Naomi, it feels great out here.
You work so hard, Eddie. I'm glad to see you finally taking a minute for yourself.
Naomi, with our custom patio covers from Precision Windows and Doors, our backyard does indeed feel like a resort. Shade overhead, a comfortable breeze, no blazing sun. The window guy just needed a short break with his patio princess, huh?
Patio Princess? I like the sound of that.
Folks, with the patio cover from Precision Windows and Doors, your backyard starts feeling like a true extension of your home. A place to relax, unwind, and actually enjoy. Morning coffee outside, dinner with the sunset, and long weekend naps.
Elegant, durable patio covers built for comfort, built for style, and built for Texas weather. So if you're ready to create an outdoor space that feels comfortable, inviting, and truly custom, call Precision Windows and Doors at 210-596-6588.
Or PrecisionWindowsSA.com.
Let's brighten up your home together.
550 KTSA.
I'd like to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July.
Celebrating America 250.
The best is yet to come.
Happy 250. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Yeah, Barracuda. Ware and Rima. 9:51 at KTSA. I'm just watching this guy out here riding the mower, cutting the grass. He's getting, he's going really fast, but he's getting.
We were hoping to bring that to you live on the air, too.
He got real close to the building, and he's been getting really close to the wires that run from the building to the tower that keep us on the air. So, hey, Jack, good morning. Happy Monday to you.
Hopefully it's not a short show for you.
I feel like you mentioned that adjacent to me. For a reason. I feel like the guy that knocks us off the air. I'm like the bad luck charm.
Jack in 3. That was so funny when you sent that to me. Jack in 3. No, it's all a big joke. But he is cutting the grass, so that's good. So speaking
that guy used to wait when I was doing the 9 o'clock show. That guy would wait till we started the show, and then he would edge the hell out of the grass right outside that window, the one that's right behind you, Trey.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he would work on that like it was Augusta National, and it was like, and Don would always tell me they can't hear it on the air, but it was all I could hear. I couldn't hear myself think.
Oh, Jack, let me tell you, you remember the courtyard out here before it was wood? It was concrete. And one day they decided at 6 a.m. when we were in that other studio there to go right outside that window with a jackhammer to break that concrete.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And wow. I had just started to show it. Bah, 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 the whole building's shaking. And
those courtyards are like Build Back Better all by themselves. That is American infrastructure right there.
Really
Nothing's ever been rebuilt more often. The deck of the Lexington during World War II was not repaired as often as those courtyards have
That's
been.
absolutely true.
Wow.
Well, maybe our AC. So anyway, look, have you ever, or did you ever think you'd learn so much about algae from the American media as we have in the past 48 hours?
I love it. In the history of television, we've had how many years of television? I don't know, 80 years of television.
Yeah.
I've never seen a news story about the reflecting pool. I've never heard it mentioned. I've never. I know more about it. And now it feels like, doesn't it now feel like a local newscast doing one of those 5 on your side where a homeowner reports a problem with like a pool contractor?
Yes.
Like all the networks are out there now with reporters like dipping into the water and pulling up algae and taking water samples. It really is like, the investigators on Channel 12. But this is all a response. Rushing to the reflecting pool is a response to the Tartan Army. They needed something to distract.
That's right.
From they were gonna head off the 4th of July. It's racist. They tried to do it with Juneteenth. This is their last ditch attempt to derail America 250. The reflecting pool is full of algae, and we shouldn't feel good about anything because of that.
Imagine hating America so much and Donald Trump so much that this is your thing, and you're in the media. This is what our media cares
also,
about.
I thought they loved wildlife. I thought, the algae's probably endangered. I don't know. You'd think they'd be happy about it.
That's right.
Trump created a new nature preserve. But seriously, it's just so silly. It's so obviously their best effort to combat the fact that 1 million Scotsmen have come over here, drank all the beer, been with the women, love the free refills, love the barbecue. that's driving them crazy, and it's driven them to this. It's driven them to the reflective.
KHO, just going along with what you just said, KHOU in Houston has been at the Buc-ee's there in Katy talking to these people that are here for this for the soccer. They're loving Buc-ee's. It's like they're saying, "I have found a beaver church." It's like going into a beaver church.
This is a very easy story for the news. All you have to do is park the satellite truck outside a bar in any of these cities that are hosting the soccer, and you've got an instant story. So easy for them to do. They're so desperate not to do it. You watch, Trey. They'll find the one black Scotsman
yes.
who got mistreated or didn't get something, and that'll be the angle they come at with. Don Lemon will have them on, and that's how they'll come out.
Just as we're talking, they're showing on Fox right now these guys in Costco, and they're holding up the big bags of like protein powder and everything else. And there's the Buc-ee's one, and they're like,
"See, this turns out to be this is America 250. None of us knew it. We thought it was the thing on the mall. We thought it was the UFC. We thought it. This is it.
Amen, brother.
This is the celebration of America 250.
Amen, brother. That's right.
You know, you guys are so negative, okay, with all this negative stuff that I'm hearing from both of you, okay, hope is never going to be a verb, all right, with guys like you being so negative about what's going on here. We're trying to make hope a verb, man.
That's true.
All right?
And a noun.
And a noun, which it already sort of is at the same time, because you can have hope and you can be hopeful.
Maybe she could, negotiate with the Iranians. They may understand each other. So
that is an interesting point. Like that could be our secret weapon. You want to screw around with the truth? Here you go. Talk to her.
Here's a stupid
See what
bomb.
you can get out of her.
Here she is. Let her talk to you for a minute.
The problem is, I don't know. She might give them everything south of the Mason-Dixon line. I don't know. I feel like they would get much more than the Strait of Hormuz with her. I don't know.
Absolutely. Are you?
By the way, I thought the Strait of Hormuz was a Democrat that supported Kamala, but I didn't. Sorry.
JD went to JD Live today, and he talking about this roadmap and the 60 days and all that stuff. I mean, obviously they know they're not going to abide by any of this, and maybe that's the point.
I kind of feel like nothing is really happening with the Iran story. I don't even know what to say about it. Both sides are spinning it. Both parties in this country are spinning it. Both America and Iran are spinning it. I think the average person figures either nothing is really happening or something's happening that we're not being told.
Right. Because, I mean, again.
So what are we to talk about as regular folk? Like, what can we really say about this?
Right.
It would be like if we were trying to debate the Yalta conference in real time. Like, we don't know. We don't really know, and who can trust what you hear, and so,
That's it. So Jack in 60 is coming up next at 10:03 every morning at 10:03.
Yeah.
Jack in 60.
Spread the love.